So we have 3 teams that advance into the playoffs, Eastern, Wheelersburg, and Ironton. So we'll be talking about that a little bit here today. But first and foremost, before we go any further, congratulations to Cole Miller. He is officially a Thundering Herd.
We are Marshall.
Yes, we are. Marshall officially goes to the Herd. Going to be a Division I track athlete. Let us not forget that he got Paint Valley to finish second in the state as a team. And he was the only one there on the team. So he, as a team, by himself, finished second in the state championship. Yes,
and
literally.
All of his teammates being there running next to him and stuff like that.
Yeah, but listen, whenever your coach, Coach Sides, whenever a coach says there's no I in team, Cole Miller can say, yes, there is. Because he was the team. But so here we go to my right, the always handsome Adam B-Dubs, and the always, I don't even know what to describe you anymore, just crazy Tony Tone. First off, before we get any further, congratulations to Tony Tone setting up these posters for the new Ram Studio. And then last but not least, we finally have in studio Coach Sides. Coach, thank you so much for coming on to the show today. Oh, happy birthday! All right. How old you turn? 25? Okay. Big 5'5". Thank you for coming on to the show here. And, you know, we're just going to get right into some football talk. Breaking news, actually, here coming to you from the Ride the Wave show. It looks like Rio Grande is going to be looking for a new football coach already. Quincy Wilson out as the head football coach there. Don't know 100% what's going on there, but they are under looking for a head coach over there. A lot of offers. A new looking. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to say. We all kind of, we were going to have him on the show today. Then,
You want to talk about your rabbit hole spirit?
Yeah. So there's been rumors, the Golian tree is kind of done there at Piketon, at least there for a while. Coach Golian is a great coach. Some people were saying that he might be interested in taking the OC-DC position out at Rio Grande. Now that they're looking for a new head coach, a guy that knows the area very, very well. I mean, he could end up being a head coach. Tony, I'm going to you first. What are your thoughts on Rio Grande? And do you have an idea maybe they think the next football coach should be? They got to be in an not awkward, but a weird position here because before players or anybody even touch the stadium, I mean, we're looking for a new head coach.
To be honest, though, like if I'm them, it's got to be a pretty desirable job.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you don't have anybody that came before you, no shoes to fill or anything like that. So if I'm somebody like a Quincy Wilson, an ex-athlete that has some coaching experience, I'm looking for that. So as much as Coach Golian's great, and he might be a good option again to keep that OCDC type thing, but he's also got a family and it's going to be a lot to run an entire program. I'm not saying he can't, but I know there's a lot of people that probably be jumping to get that job.
And like you were talking, Sites, Golian's run deep down there in Piketon, so that would have to be kind of hard for him to leave Piketon. Yeah. I mean, I know it's a coaching job, but in the college ranks, but sometimes it just takes a little bit more to leave a place that you love.
Yeah, well, for sure. Well, you mentioned Coach Golian down there, the cupboard being dry or whatever as far as his family goes, but I coached junior high football this past year at Unioto, and I believe their 8th grade quarterback was a Golian.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I'm not so sure that
okay.
I think there is a Golian.
So he could be saying,
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Was Luke a senior this year?
He was. He was. So, and then his son was a quarterback there for a while too. He went on to go play some college ball. Yeah. Adam, what are your thoughts on the Rio Grande coaching carousel, as you would say, on EA Sports College Football 25?
Does Ben Hartsock want that job?
Yeah. If he does, he doesn't even have to interview. Just there you go, bud. It's yours.
Is there a dirt bike track down there? I think he likes riding dirt bikes. Guys.
Darren Bears.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of agree with Tony. Like, Quincy was getting a certain type of guy down there. Like he was like you said when we were talking at work today. He was just throwing out all kinds of offers.
Five Eastern Eagles got an offer from him last week.
Yeah, I want to say there was a couple Wheelersburg guys as well. A couple Ironton people. So I mean, you just wonder if like the next guy is going to kind of have that same like. I don't know if he's going to know the pool that he's got here.
And here's something I want to talk about that I'm not sure everybody knows, and it kind of goes hand in hand here with Rio Grande. Only football offer that Braylon Robertson got was from Rio Grande. So 2 questions here. One, why?
Because we talked about him on our show. Quincy Wilson came
But
on, heard what
but
we
why
said,
is that
and
the
then
only
offered him the next day?
Why is that the only school? I don't understand. And 2, for a guy like him, if he's been under the radar, I mean, what does that kind of look like for him and the other recruits that have been kind of getting offered and committed there?
Now I can tell you my thoughts on this, and it's Poopgate.
Yes, okay. You do have that. You do have that.
Hazengate or
yes.
whatever. So I think that's kind of.
And that's a very real possibility. Because that's something you're gonna have to overcome. That's gonna be out there.
And
but
for me, it's height too. I feel like it's height. And
he has to be a running back going to the next level, right? There's no way he's going in there as linebacker. Or
I feel like he would be more of. I feel like he's a better running back. But he's got the body or build more for a linebacker.
What about like a tight end spot though? Yeah. Like, is he? How tall is he?
Oh man, I never thought. I think he's right under 6 foot.
I was thinking like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah.
I don't think he's like when it comes to running back, he's more powerful than he is speedy. And I feel like at that next level, you do still need to be a fast and powerful.
I feel like he could go great into like a system type backfield where you need a power guy like you said, and then whenever you go shotgun, maybe go on the outside a little more. You get that speedy back going there a little bit more.
But yeah, I feel like defensively would be like his better. He would be better at the next level than he would be as a running back.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at the linebacker position too, he played really smart. You know what I mean? And that could be something that can overcome size and everything. So especially the way he hits. I mean, he is absolutely. Whenever you're looking for like maybe a middle linebacker or something like that, are you looking for somebody that can lay the hammer, or are you looking for somebody that can kind of be the quarterback on defense?
Well, I mean, there's a combination of things, Clay, but. Obviously, they got to have a lot of heart to play linebacker. I didn't see.
You got a couple good ones.
Oh yeah. We got him coming at unioto for sure. But
yeah.
I didn't see the young man. You're talking about from Paint Valley this year. He was hurt, but
yeah.
last year I saw him, and I thought he was phenomenal defensively.
Yeah.
He gets to the football. He's I say it all the time. If you sit back and watch players that their dads are coaches, I don't care at what sport, but most players. That hang around the gyms, hang around football fields. He's just got an IQ and a nose for the football. This kid can, he gets after
the
it.
intangibles that you can't coach.
And I think at the next, the next level, you're talking about a Rio Grande. I'm not sure even who they even play, but I definitely would want him. You want your 11 best athletes on the defensive side.
Absolutely,
I've said it for years.
And you said, and Adam, I know you had the conferences pulled up that Rio would have been in.
Yeah,
right?
so it's still going to be the conference. Assuming that none of that changes.
Right.
Yeah, I say just 2-3 days ago, Quincy was on their actual website. He was quoted talking about how he was excited to be in the Appalachian Athletic Association, which I think we got their.
I think is this their standings right here?
Yeah. So this is their standings right now. The only team I really recognize is Pike, Kentucky, which I want to say they're in second, maybe third. I can't really see. And then they got Kentucky Christian down towards the bottom.
Okay. Pikeville, Point,
Pikeville,
Bluefield, Union Commonwealth, Kentucky Christian, St. Anderson, North Carolina.
Yeah, St. Anderson, North Carolina.
North Carolina school in there. Okay, I was not ready for that.
That's an attraction to go.
So
there.
Right,
that's a road trip.
Georgia,
Kentucky. We're going to the Carolina.
Outer Banks, baby.
You get a vacation every
Reinhardt, they're a Georgia school, so I mean.
Oh wow, so they're kind of going all over.
And they're the number one team in the conference. They're 6-4.
Georgia.
And,
see, and I feel like that too, because again, we're sitting here and we're starting to kind of dive into the Wilmington, the Ohio Dominican, and all that kind of stuff. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of conferences where you're going that far out of state. A lot of them, hey, we're going to go to Indiana real quick, maybe go to Kentucky. North Carolina, Georgia, I mean, that has to be, like we were talking about, something that if you're a head coach, maybe try and get your first gig or something like that, that has to be an enticing thing.
Well, I mean, if you want to get into coaching, it's come on, you get to start the thing. How many people are actually going to get to say that they started a program? And I know Quincy kind of laid the groundwork, but
I'm going to ask a question here to you guys. I'm going to play dumb here, but where were they going to play their games at down there? I mean,
so how
was that going to work?
We were told Jackson.
Jackson. Now I wonder if that shouldn't change, because I don't think that was something that Quincy was putting into place that they'd be playing at Jackson. I think that was Rio with Jackson, so they should still be playing at Jackson.
It's a great facility.
And like we've been talking about, that's like if you want to know what Texas high school football looks like, go.
Yeah, that's
and then. I mean, you got dudes on Jackson that are going to play for bigger schools than Riot.
Right, but again, there's so many players on Jackson that probably, could have went to a maybe say they go by NAIA, right? So they could probably go to a Division II school and maybe not play, but if there's an NAI school, maybe more local, they could go play there. With Rio being open, there's going to be a lot of good Jackson players that could probably – you have to look at the NAIA. Yeah, I'm going to play the next level, but you also can be like, hey, I'm playing at this level to maybe go up to D2 to then go up to D1. Yeah. So it could be a lot of stepping stones.
Today's day and age, like with tape and the way social media is and the way you can kind of market yourself, like you could use it as, I don't want to call it a PG year, but I mean if you're really talented around here and you make that next level or you grow a little bit going into that freshman or sophomore year, like the way that you can transfer schools now, it doesn't necessarily matter. And I'm not saying just use Rio. But
because you could use Rio again as again, like you say, not like use them, but if you're a player and maybe some bigger schools are like, how is he going to transition from high school to college where this is almost like
you look at
not
a guy
your
like,
job,
say
but
like Nolan Johnson has a little bit of a worse injury, can't necessarily go to like Army anymore. Or
go to Rio
like
to get that year. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Still show he's got it kind of deal. Who knows?
Man, can you imagine Nolan Johnson playing in the NAIA? That would be disgusting.
Did Johnson get hurt?
Yeah, but he came back.
I feel like it's a little different though with him being in the
player.
Army. I know people do decommit all the time, but it's a little bit harder to decommit from Army.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, he's signed up. But I mean more of just like say there's another Nolan Jackson, Johnson, and he's going to, Kent State.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
bust up his.
We'll use Cade Wolford. Like say Cade Wolford commits to Kent State over the summer, just breaks his ankle or something like that, has to do some rehab. Why not go to Rio where it's right there by home or probably right by where you're going to rehab and stuff like that. But no, so we're definitely going to keep our eye on what's going on down there at Rio Grande. And I wonder too, how quickly are they going to go for a coaching change here? Like are you going to make sure you're going to sit down and kind of do obviously a thorough search, but at the same time
I wonder.
You're on a deadline here. I mean, you're less than a year away now from your first college football game, and you don't have a head coach anymore. So there's definitely going to be some soul searching there.
Well, I mean, like, Quincy wasn't doing it by himself. Was there somebody already there that maybe they can say, hey, like, you've already been a big part of this. You can kind of take over and so on and so forth.
Because I don't know if it was a committee or if it was just the president or athletic director or whatever that was kind of like, hey, we're just going to put you in charge of the search and then kind of go from there.
I was looking at their team online. It's like got 2 juniors and a handful of sophomores, a lot of freshmen, no seniors. So I mean, it's a real young team.
Yeah. Now I wonder too if like they're like, because we were all looking at like recruit from high school. I wonder if they just like kind of like
transfer portal
or like went to Ryan like, hey, if like you played high school football and then just kind of came here just to go to college. Come on out. Yeah. Kind of like the Arizona State coach where he was like, if you could kick and you go to Arizona State, come try out.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Last Chance U?
I've watched I've heard of like the coach, but I've never watched the show.
The first team that they cover is EMU, which is Eastern Mississippi Community College. They went to like back-to-back national championships. There's still people in the NFL today that were on their teams.
Yeah.
It's just Rio could turn into one of those to where it's like a bunch of people like maybe they get in trouble, they get like a DUI from Georgia. And,
it's still Rio Grande in Ohio. Like they're not just going to be Jackson State next week.
You never, dude.
Dion's just
how
like,
crazy
Colorado.
would it be? So how crazy would it be if it was like what's that bar rescue, right? Where like the dude comes
That's
in just
completely
completely.
What EMU though is.
Yeah.
EMCC is. It's like people would be like, oh yeah, I got a DUI or I beat my girlfriend up and I got into a bar fight and I lost my scholarship.
So I was gonna go to this school and turn
Cam Newton when he stole that, or when his dad stole the computer from Florida, or whatever, he had to go to one of these schools before he could go to Auburn.
Oh yeah, when he was in the JUCO. Yeah.
That's what they do.
My school was a junior college.
No, but how crazy would it be if like instead of like a bar rescue, you just got like Bill Belichick and Nick Saban and did like a university rescue, and you like have them coming into here like trying to turn around Rio Grande. Like, this is your first year in. We'll teach you how to be a. Oh, looks we got something up here. Is this the standings?
So this is going to be the mid-southern Ohio standings. This is the standings from the league that the Rio basketball team is in, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So, like you were saying, so this is a lot of Kentucky schools, Tennessee schools, and then one
Camelsville.
Alabama.
Those are the Camels. Go Humps.
Yeah. Go Humps. You actually know them?
That's where
Ashton Allman goes.
Adam Guthrie's brother goes.
Hell yeah, go Humps!
Big gut.
Oh,
Steak
man.
and potatoes, bud.
We're supposed to root for Ryan Grant,
Which
though,
one's
right?
that, Tony? Is that
Oops.
the
I
young
could be
man from
mistaken. I
Miami
don't know.
Trace?
He was a
can't remember
junior
if it's
from
just
Miami
Campbell
Trace,
or
but
if
he's
it's
the one with, like,
Campbellsville where
bunch
it's
of
called
didn't he
first,
get
but it's the
injured?
Camels.
Yeah.
The Humps.
Not that I heard.
I was thinking he got injured there late in the year.
Guthrie,
Who?
did you hear that? I didn't hear
He
that.
did. He got
Miami
hurt.
Trace, yeah, that's what
He
I
got
heard.
hurt either during the Chillicothe game or the game before the Chillicothe
Yeah,
game.
he didn't
Which,
participate
again,
in that game
was
over
a
here.
big reason. Not a big reason, but
That explains so much.
that explains the upset because they just absolutely hammered that side of the tackle. Which, again, coaching search talking about, I know we talked about it a little bit last week. I am very curious to see who gets that Chillicothe coaching job for the next few years to come.
How did we miss it? It's right in front of our freaking face.
Yeah, it's right across the street,
The
Tony.
Eastern Eagles coach,
Scott Tomlinson?
He has
It-
already
man.
created a high school program,
They're go-
got the goalpost himself, and is now on his freaking way.
That's going to be a lot to rip him away from Eastern, though,
That's-
because
that's
he
his
looked.
baby,
Yeah.
Until he brings all the boys with him. They already got offers.
Was this Deion Sanders?
They've
I'm
got-
bringing my baggage with me, and it's Louis.
They just offered Eastern five players on Eastern.
That's insane.
Come
And
on.
sticker.
Ryo did.
Yeah.
Oh, to
Yeah, that's
Ryo,
nice.
he was talking about the Chillicothe high school.
Oh, you're talking Tomlinson to Ryo.
Yes.
Okay, that's
That would make
different.
more
That's
sense than
different.
Chillicothe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
were saying
Yeah.
Tomlinson to Chillicothe. I'm like, no way in hell.
He goes up and builds a program again.
That would be.
Pull up the goalpost. I'm taking him
Yeah.
with me.
We're getting these Middlesbrough posts over
So,
here now.
he
Hell, he's
literally
got to
did.
ask Ironton now if he can get those ones.
10 years ago, he had no field goal post. They were makeshift field goal
Yeah.
posts, no bleachers, no nothing. Brought it in year by year.
Yeah,
and
that's
just good
awesome,
stuff. So let's go. Well, who better to build a Ryo Stadium?
Then somebody that's done
And
it
also,
before.
what's up with that new thing they're about to do for Shawnee State? They should let them play there, that Riverfront Stadium. You guys
I have
heard
no
about that?
idea.
Oh, they just banned up with Shawnee, and they're keeping it. It's where that NFL team was in Portsmouth.
Oh,
You mean
pretty sure it's the
Portsmouth-
Lions.
The Portsmouth Spartans. That was originally this is my fun fact for the day. So
Hell yeah.
the Ironton was originally the Ironton Tanks. They're the reason that we get Thanksgiving games. They started the tradition 1919, and then they merged with the Portsmouth Spartans. 30 minutes
Let's
away.
go, Adam,
that
with
guy-
the
yeah.
clip of the day. Make sure we
And
write
then
this
got-
down so I
they
can
got,
reel this
That's
later.
called Tank Stadium down there they play in,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
That's what I was
And then
thinking.
it
I think
got-
that's what.
they
That's
got
probably why
sold-
they're
yeah,
called
that's
that. Then,
what it
yeah.
They got
for
sold
sure.
and rebranded and moved to Detroit and are the Lions since 1934.
So
if they
hold
ever
on,
win-
hold
if
on,
they
hold on.
ever
Back
win
up,
a
back up, back
championship,
up.
It's
Iron-
partying down in Portsmouth.
So it makes sense now. Ironton's getting back to their going to state championship ways. Detroit Lions going back.
sir.
Which again, if they had just painted the field goal post yesterday, you would saw the paint on the ball. That's how much it skinned the goal post. Did you see that Texans game?
yeah.
Oh my
Last night,
God.
Also, back
5
to
INTs and still win. Joe Burrow drove.
to circle back to Ryo. Everybody always wears the undefeated since whatever.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, we learned
No.
that they lost so bad they just cut the program.
1949 they lost 44-0 to like Wilburton. It's like it's a Detroit.
Halliburton.
It's a Detroit, Michigan school.
Yeah, lost so bad that I'm pretty sure the president went out there and said, "Done,
Never again.
never again will we have football."
Yeah, it was Wilberforce, 44-0. They had
Yeah.
it from 1914
That's
to
over near
1940s.
Dayton somewhere.
49.
Yeah.
Wilberforce?
Yeah, I'm
I was
pretty
thinking
sure it
that.
is.
Originally
Yeah.
it was Detroit, Michigan. Or
Oh,
it was
okay,
1949. That's when it was.
All right, let's move on to some high school football, right? After, I mean, again, we don't know what's going to happen there at Rio Grande, but whenever they get a head coach, you know what we're doing. Asking him to come on. Well, I don't know. That might
I'm
be a
not
bad
sure-
feat.
I'm not
He
sure
might-
their next head coach is going to have a dad who played for the '85 Bears. And
Yes,
won a Super
so
Bowl.
Adam found some ties from Coach Wilson. Well, I guess Quincy Wilson now.
Friend of the show. Quincy
Yeah,
Wilson.
friend of the show, Quincy Wilson, to Chillicothe. How?
the '85 Super Bowl
Bears.
versus
Colts.
Patriots.
No.
Patriots.
Garen Veras.
Garen Veras.
Oh.
Four numbers.
Yeah,
in
his
that
dad
game.
played against, well, I guess not against because they're both on defense, but
No,
against,
I thought. Oh yeah, because it's linebacker. His
yeah.
dad was a linebacker.
So he played him in the 85 Super Bowl.
So his dad was a defender in the '85 Bears.
Yeah.
Wow. He played on that team?
Yeah.
He started, I'm pretty sure, from what
Really?
we saw. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's, if he didn't start, he played a lot. You know?
Because they had Singletary and
That was
Rivera.
Richard Dent and
Yeah.
Singletary, Mike Singletary.
Yeah,
and,
so he was on his
No,
dad's
no,
on
Mike
the
Jo-
Oles,
No,
who
the
just
John
passed
Rivera,
recently.
or what's his name? The coach,
wanna
the
say
Yeah,
old coach
Rivera.
for Washington.
He
was
played
back there
it too. Yeah, he played as well.
So
Yeah.
there's your fun fact of the day for
Second
Chill.
fun fact of the day.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of fun
It's
facts.
just been fun and factual for the last couple.
That's what happens when Coach Sides comes on. He just brings the fun and the facts.
I had to do my A game.
All right, so let's head on down now to playoff road. We're going to go first. We're going to hit up Ironton. Did some research. Ironton, 11-1. They had to go outside of the country to get a loss. So that's how they're rolling. Let's take a little trip down memory lane and their last few playoff appearances. In 2022, right, they won 34-0 over Harvest Prep in the regional final after they had beat them again in 2020, 21-14 in the regional semifinal. Go to 2023, 20-14 lost to Harvest Prep in the regional semifinal. And now in 2024, meeting up with who? Harvest Prep in the regional semi. So this is going to be
every time they beat Harvest Prep, they go to the state championship. 2020 and 22.
I'm pretty sure if Harvest Prep beats them, they go.
No, because Harvest Prep lost to Perry last year.
Okay. So what we're seeing here, I'm pretty sure, guys, though, is an absolutely brand new rivalry that I don't see going anywhere anytime soon.
You know who's a bigger rival than them, though? Is Berg.
Yes. So I have Berg down here, too, because pretty much every single time.
Quarterfinal in 23 lost to Prep. Third round in 22.
Prep.
And then 21 lost in the quarterfinal.
And beat Ironton 17-14 in the semis to get there.
Yeah, and also beat Ironton, I want to say, in 22. They beat them in
so again, Berg, because Berg came out of the gates pretty slow. Everybody was like, "Oh, Berg's done this year." Well, it's because they're playing Archbishop. They're playing Ironton. They played Jackson, so they're playing a hard schedule. Didn't lose a game in the SOC. Won that again. They went 6-0.
Oh, you forgot they lost to Harvest Prep 12-6.
So here's this: they lost to Harvest Prep 12-6. And they lost to Ironton 37-7. That does not look good for Harvest Prep if you're just kind of doing some things.
Ironton right now is locked in.
Oh, dude.
And again,
it is insane.
Harvest Prep being the one.
Ironton is outscoring Ohio opponents 269-31. All regular season opponents 463-118, and just in the playoffs, 112-14, they are outscoring people.
Feel bad for Portsmouth.
And the 14 came in one game.
They were like, we took
517 points to, I want to say, like 132 points all season, including
dude,
playoffs.
they literally went to Portsmouth at the end of the season, dropped a 50-piece on them, didn't let them score. They go back and be like, yeah, man, we got to see these guys again, go back down there.
Drop another 50-piece and don't let them score again.
It was like 41-0.
Yeah. Oldest, second oldest, I think, rivalry in Ohio, Portsmouth and Ironton, and Portsmouth has not held up their end of the bargain this year.
We just go back to what we're talking about. There's a tank stadium there. It's in Portsmouth.
But you know who that reminds me of? Paint Valley and Huntington.
Yeah. No, but so here's my thing too is if you're Harvest Prep and you just put Ironton out last year in the playoffs, and I mean Ironton, were they good last year? Yes, but they weren't. They weren't this last year.
Was not the Sean Terry.
And this is a revenge tour. Oh, my God. And here's the crazy thing, too. Wheelersburg, if they win, are going to have to see Ironton again.
You know how full circle this is? Wow. Wheelersburg playing West Kingdom. The last 2 years, Harvest Prep put them out. The first year, they don't get Harvest Prep. They get
How many games does Harvest Prep play?
Dude, it's insane.
Dude, last year, it goes. I can't remember who the first one was, but it was like West Musk Kingdom, Ironton, Wheelersburg, and Perry.
And we talked last year, Harvest Prep had the hardest because I think they played West Muskingum round 1. I want to.
They played somebody else. If they were round 1.
It was round 2, and then they played Ironton, and then they played Wheelersburg.
Yeah, in round 4. Yeah,
it's insane, Coach Sides. I want to ask you if you've already played a team. We'll say in the past few years, and they've kind of been your kryptonite. What? But you're having like a season like Ironton's having this year. What's your message kind of going into this week?
Wow. It's week 13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, week 13. I mean, I win, baby, win.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter if it's 1, if it's 50. If you're at week 13, you want to advance. You don't want to talk about 14. You can't get to 14 if you don't win at 13. It's all about winning in week 13. And
you think they got to feel comfortable since they've already played them a couple of times? And I feel like this Harvest Prep team has to be a little bit the same as last year.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they
Especially
go in it with a different mindset.
Yeah,
they go in it. We're going to put the work in this week. Whatever the case is, film whatever, and get after it.
I'll ask you this too. So they lose that Canada team. What, week 5 or 6? I want to say.
It was early
Do you think that
28-27 by the way?
Do you think that would be a better it's kind of hard to say. Better that they lost that game. Now that they kind of been like, okay, like now they can keep going. Or if they go undefeated, would you be a little bit more worried going into this game?
I think losing that game probably helped Ironton.
Yeah.
At that time of the season, because after that they were just going to roll. So at some point, you like that element of competition there within your schedule. So
yeah.
I'd say it was. If is there such thing as a good loss? That may have been a good loss.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I know they lost by 1. I remember reading
rest in
about
peace
it.
to the Buffalo, the
Yeah.
New York team that came down and played. Rest in peace, man.
They lost that game just like who was it on Monday night went for 2 and the Bengals. They lost it just like the Bengals did.
You don't want the Canada team, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they went for 2 to win it.
The New York team that came down and played them here, literally they needed like multiple stretchers
to get them out of here.
And I'm not even like making fun of that. It's sad, but it was like it was bad, dude.
That
Travel
Canada
all
team
that way.
Finished 6-4 this year.
Yeah.
That's just the kind of talent.
And I'm pretty sure
the fact that they were able to make it on Ironton, Ohio, was
Yeah.
able to make it on their list is like, we want to play these guys.
Well, they played Massillon too, and I'm pretty sure they rolled over Massillon. Like I think they beat them.
Oh, the Canadian team.
Yeah.
That Ironton lost.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they beat Massillon by multiple touchdowns. And I mean, we don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to sit here and talk about Massillon. I mean, they are.
Yeah,
they are the epitome of high school football.
I personally am unfamiliar with their game, but
really,
yeah, I just never.
Oh yeah, dude.
Being Vinton County football though, it's like 1-9. It's like we're not going to be talking about them. But
yeah, I never heard them before in my life.
But
you never heard of Massillon football? There's a bunch of documentaries that.
It's like I'm sure they're good. It's one of the that's one of the.
I would say Coach Hines. That's probably more. They were probably more of like an because I feel like they didn't do a whole lot of stuff. Kind of like the 2000s, 2010s. They kind of went away. But in like the 90s, like Massillon.
Well, Chris Spielman, guys.
Yeah.
Chris Spielman played at Massillon.
Yeah, they were like national powerhouse.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys know of Chris Spielman. Obviously, didn't really see him, but that was the guy, back in the day, and he's a Massillon guy.
Yeah,
and, you say Massillon football, first word come out is Chris Spielman.
Yeah, and they were like
it's a hell of an alumni.
I know we say like Texas football a lot for like you could put Massillon in Texas probably.
Ohio's in the top 10. Like I think they're criminally underranked at like 8th, maybe 6th, but to me it goes like Texas football, Florida football, California football, just because sheer size and like the cities. Yeah. And then Ohio. Ohio State is Ohio's always gonna be my 5th because it's like that's all we care about is football. And then
I don't think
you can probably put a second in love of high school football.
Yeah,
there's a big difference because Nevada's got a bunch of those prep schools and stuff like Bishop Gorman, and it's like yes, you can look at it and be like, okay, a lot of kids come out of Nevada, but it's like they don't care about it.
Yeah.
It's like those fans are like
those kids aren't Nevada kids.
Exactly.
They're
coming from Ohio,
that's probably the
Texas, and
now I do want to say too because. If you're Ironton and you're Wheelersburg, you've been here before. But the problem is for Ironton, last year you were here and you lost. But I think that's why they've been on such a revenge tour this year. The what I love the most from Ironton right now is after, like, you can see us talking amazing about them, Sosa, Litter Media, anybody talking amazing about Ironton, and they say, rat poison, stand on business, don't listen to it. It's like, oh, you just gotta love that. Like they ooze, like it's the job's not done till the job's done. And
honestly, though, it would be true Wheelersburg fashion for Ironton to lose to Prep in a hard-fought battle, and then Wheelersburg win against West Mus Kingdom, and be the last playoff team in this area and be title town because that's just who they.
And if you're Wheelersburg, obviously after you beat West Mus Kingdom, you're rooting for Harvest Prep. I mean, 12-6, I'll take that over 37-7, and it was a nice 37-7. Like I'm pretty sure it could have got a little bit more out of hand, and that's not saying anything taking anything from Wheelersburg.
Well, I think again when we had the coach on before the season, there were some a lot of seniors left. He had a lot of kind of holes to figure out. It's not holes because he knows he has guys that are going to come up and fill him, but which guys they were, he was still a little bit unsure with. So it's
or maybe one was coming from a tackle to a guard or a center or anything like that.
But I think they hit the ground running down. It's their cruising. The thing is with Ironton, like I just like Harvest Prep can be Harvest Prep, but I'm like I'll be very impressed if they can pull it off, just because the way that they're playing, just like you said, the stand on business. From what I was reading, like the way that they were on the sideline being up 44 points. I also want to point out that they got stopped on a 4th and 1 on the goal line. I want to Ironton.
Oh.
They got, and I was like, well done!
Whoever that is, nobody does that.
To keep Sean Terry out of the end zone for 4 tries, you know what I mean?
And you will see later why that is a hard battle to
Well, dude,
to
and
feed.
Zane Williams, it's just like
I think so. Here's where I think the difference is in Ironton is this year. Not saying last year their defense was bad because again you're not as good as they are with a bad defense. I think their offense wasn't the one that took the big step. Their defense stepped up this year and was like,
no mistakes.
yeah,
dude.
we're not.
There's
We're just
no
not gonna let
mistakes.
you score. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, they beat Fairland, blew
This
them out.
Ironton team may be the best team I have ever seen.
That's what I'm kind of
Yeah.
getting at. I'm like,
Like,
I'll be really disappointed.
Yes.
75 points to 132. I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever seen that point
No.
differential in my
And
life in high school football.
the only thing that they have to do, which I think we are all kind of in agreement because we don't put the stamp on too early, is for you to be the best team that we've ever seen, you got to go win it all.
You
know what I mean?
beat the best. And
Yeah.
right now, Harvest Prep is technically last year they are the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
They beat you this round.
Yeah.
They made it to the quarter.
They beat
played
you, then
Wheelersburg,
beat your storied rival Wheelersburg to go to the Final Four. So like you
we
said,
have a chance to see them in the quarter, don't we? Wheelersburg,
if Wheelersburg and Ironton win,
Ironton in the quarter
Final Four on the line, and we will
Where's
be
this
there.
game being played at?
Oh, so we have
can't
that.
remember.
So Ironton is going to be playing Harvest Prep at Waverly, so that will be local if you guys want to go watch.
Wow.
Wheelersburg is actually pretty local. They're playing West Muskingum at Athens, so not too far away.
Yeah, not bad.
Now let's get on to Eastern. They are.
This is me putting in a request for my boss. I will not be here if Ironton and
Oh yeah,
Wheelersburg both.
yes. Norris, you will be down 2 employees that Friday.
One out of the Easy One credit building and one out of the used trucks building.
Adina, you'll be down 2 employees.
I don't work that day.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't work. I don't work that day, Tony.
On to the next one. Eastern, they come in 13-0. They are playing. Oh man, I didn't write down.
I just want to say
sorry.
this real quick.
Yes.
Last year they lost to Waterford. Hate that for them. Fuck Waterford.
Yeah. yes. We hate them. They are dead to us. Now, Adam, is there a story behind that?
Yeah, there is, but I'm not.
There has to be. If not,
It's a
it has to
joke.
be.
They are playing. I had it at Lancaster. Actually, it's going to be played at Heath.
Is it? It's Connaughton Valley.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that word. That's what I was guessing. Connaughton Valley would be my guess.
Connaughton Valley Rockets. Hate that nickname.
Yeah,
Hate
done.
That nickname.
Hate them.
Welsh
Go
Rockets.
Eastern.
Nope.
You know, Eastern, you can do something good. You can beat the Rockets for Adam this year. You beat Shady Side for me last year. We did a little history for Wheelersburg and Ironton. Let's do it for Eastern here. Again, 13-0. They won their last round 41-6 over South Gallia, which was a revenge match for South Gallia. They only lost by 1 in the regular season for pretty much the conference title, which again Eastern has won 3 years in a row now. Also has the greatest catch I've ever seen in my entire life. You will see that here in a little bit.
Throw too, like the greatest throw too.
Oh, dude, like on the run with
wait, never mind.
yeah.
Catch, not the throw. I was thinking of the overtime throw that happened a few games.
Oh
before.
yeah. I mean,
like-
Eastern has been all over our top 10
Dude,
this year. I mean,
it's an
South
NFL
Gallia.
catch, and it's literally one of the best plays I've ever seen.
They're a good
Like,
team. They beat
anytime.
30-0 last year in the first round of the
Yeah.
playoffs. If I'm not.
I think South
mistaken.
Gallia only had 1 or 2 losses this year. Again, one being to Eastern, who won the
13-12.
SOC for the 3rd year in a row. But so we look back at their last 4 years, because I went back to 2020 for all of them. 2020, they lost in the second round 28-22. Did not write down the school. That's stupid of me. And then 2021 didn't make the playoffs. 2022 lost in round 1, 27-20 to Summit Country Day. Last year they lost to Waterford in the regional quarterfinals. This year they are in the farthest that they've made it in the playoffs so far. So congratulations to the Eastern Eagles. And one more congratulations to Eric Manley, Player of the Year in the district.
That's the first note I got.
Eric
Also,
comes up as the district player of the year. So on Friday last week was the first time I saw this kid in person. Holy shit. This kid is giant.
We saw him. Did we?
Oh, we did. We saw him in pads.
At Richie's.
In pads, gained 5 feet or something because this dude was a
huge on that
monster.
football field,
Yes. So
Was this his first year playing quarterback? Right?
first year playing quarterback.
So
Where did he
if
come
I
that's a good
Where did
question.
he come from? Clay?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Let me.
Was he there last year?
no, he wasn't.
No,
he
I
was a
didn't think
backup
so.
wide
Here's
receiver
another
last
fun
year.
fact while
Really?
Clay's getting that. He said 2020. Sorry, it's just Ironton had 6 regular season wins in 2020. They had 6 playoff games in 2020. Is that not crazy?
You love it.
It's just the shortened season. It's just you have as many playoff games as you do regular season games.
Yeah.
Manley was a backup wide receiver, and this is my. If I'm going to give Scott a piece of advice, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to, stop telling everybody about your coaches. Okay? You told us about it. Then you go in after the game. You do nothing but praise them again.
Yeah.
And talking about Eric Manley, he was talking about the assistant coach was the one that pretty much found him, found out he had an arm, and Scott was just like, run with it.
Yeah.
Send it.
Got to figure it out.
The guy, Evan Ferguson, had been working with him, and obviously they made the strides and stuff, but talks about him, and then the other two guys that he mentioned was Dan Stewart and Dalton Tomlinson. But with Dan Stewart, the defense.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, he was he was a coach for Oak Hill. He poaches him, comes over because he really wanted to be a DC, and you're looking at it. Jesus Christ.
You just know that Manley was just probably over there helping one of the quarterbacks warm up. And was like, you know what? There's no other quarterback over here. I'll just throw it back. I'll catch it and throw it back. I'm going to receive.
What was that?
And somebody's like,
What did you just do there?
Look like right spiral.
You just see Scott like, oh, shit!
I love that Scott.
She was like, shit, losing my job.
I love that Scott listened to the coach and was just like, okay,
yeah,
work with him, and then it comes up like that. But again, it's going to be Sean McVay coaching tree out there if he doesn't keep it quiet. Okay?
Yeah, how important is it to make sure that you have a good coaching staff under you, so that way you can kind of make sure your message being sent?
Yeah, absolutely, delegate. Yeah, I know Scott, Coach Tomlinson, just a little bit. You know, I know. I believe we spoke a few times years back, and I think he was on the Carolina Panthers practice squad. I don't know if you guys.
So we knew that he did some damage. I'm pretty sure he went to Ohio State or something like that for college football, but he's too humble to tell us anything.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And maybe
I didn't know that.
And I'm hoping I'm not
and I've talked to him
misquoting,
50
but yeah.
times.
But no, you're just like you're talking about Ironton. Guys, Ironton's coaching staff, they're not your average coach.
No.
They're phenomenal.
I'm pretty sure head coach went to Michigan State.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The head coach goes – I mean, they know how to prepare kids. Good coaches surround themselves with great assistants. They're invaluable. I've learned that being out at Unioto all these years.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only as good as what, you're surrounded by, and that's a big part of it. So hats off to Scott down there at Eastern. And
it's straight up development, too. I mean, every single year this team got better. And then there's, I'm pretty sure, from 2020 to 2021, they had a down year, didn't make the playoffs, didn't win the SOC. So what did Scott do? Be like, okay, fine, we'll just win it 3 years in a row. Like,
well, we talked about what the defense was going to kind of look this year, and it's just like if you wonder how that's going, it's they had 5 turnovers last game in the first half.
Remember at the beginning of the year when they had a real close game, and we thought they were going to be like maybe having a hard bounce back year.
Yeah,
and then they showed us.
So
and then they didn't. Yeah.
So from my sources. He moved there in between 7th and 8th grade from a school in Columbus. In 7th grade, didn't play football. 8th grade, didn't play football. This is Manly. Freshman year, tried out for football. I was like, I guess I'll try out wide receiver. Now, he is the district player of the year. So, again, congratulations, Eric Manley. I mean, that is insane.
Is he a senior?
No, I'm pretty sure he's only a sophomore, maybe a junior.
Oh, nice, it's junior.
Nice.
Yeah. It is not good if you're the SOC because you know how many seniors do they?
Is it SOC 1 or 2? Do we know?
I'm pretty sure this is the one because I'm pretty sure Wheelersburg and Waverly and them are. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Wheelersburg, Waverly, and them are in SOC 2. And the only reason I'm thinking of that is whenever I look at Waverly's court, do I remember seeing the 1 or the 2? And I think it's the 2 that's behind there. But, I mean, again, 2014 was the first time this program had a football program. 10 years later, 3 conference champions could go as far as they've ever gone in the playoffs. I mean, that's just insane to think about.
His quote after the game? We knew how this was going to go down.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like, we already saw him. I feel like that's the thing about the coaching staff, too. Yeah, it was 13-12 in the first time they met, but it's like they got to see him, and that shows good coaching staff the next time.
And that was on the road. On the road, and then this one being at home. I mean.
Running clock, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean.
First time around 13-12, it was a.
And it was a. A lot of turnovers caused by Eastern. I mean, they controlled
the game. Was that week 1, the 13-12?
No, that was, I think, only like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. It wasn't.
So it was like one of the last games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Week 1, wasn't it like?
Week 1, yeah, they played Miller. Double overtime. Barely escaped that one.
And then did they play Southeast?
Oh, yeah, they played Southeastern, they played Huntington, and it was terrible for both. Yeah, it was not a good time for
Huntington was just a miserable time because it was so hot. Like, dude, it
yeah.
was so hot.
It was a miserable time.
Everything up, took everything down like 3 times. Internet never worked.
Don't forget this, though.
His leg. It was 1,000 degrees.
Don't forget this, though. We tore everything down and set everything up, and minus internet, we're ready to go in 10 minutes.
No, we set everything up and then tore it down and then reset it up in a span of 20 minutes. And the tear down.
Look, the worst part about this whole thing is if you think this room is small, the small room that we had huddled in, all stinking like sweat,
dude,
that was the worst.
And then the best was when Dan's walking out. No internet.
I thought that room was pretty big. It was pretty nice because I had a fan on me.
All
I know is I couldn't see because my eyes had 50 gallons of sweat.
I could get that because I had that fan directly on me. It was probably just
Adam's over there with the little fan. I'm like, Adam.
No, I got that box fan that they had.
Oh yeah,
the little fan, you guys can have that one. I got this one.
Dude, it was from 1940.
It was
that box fan.
Yeah,
it was blowing asbestos. Right.
The last time that fan was used was the last time Ryan Grant won a football game. Hey, but we love Huntington. We're glad that we got to redeem the Adina game out there. That was a whole lot of
They had
fun.
some great players on the team this year.
Yeah, but hey, I got some things in the works to redeem myself, Paint Valley people. So we'll keep that on the DL right now. All right, gotta get the predictions. Ironton versus Harvest Prep. Tony, I'm going to go with you, then we'll go down the line. Who's your prediction?
27-14 Ironton.
Okay. Adam.
Tony was almost spot on with my score, so I'm going to say 17-28 Ironton.
Okay. Coach Sykes.
I'm going to go Harvest Prep.
Okay, you're going Harvest Prep.
Not a bad answer.
34-20?
34-20.
I'm going to go with...
Clay, can you hear me right now? He's never coming back on the show. Don't tell him I said that. We're homers here.
I'm gonna go.
Predictions.
No, but you'll be the one that's probably right.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the 2023 score. I'm gonna go 20-14, but it is gonna be Ironton beating Harvest Prep this time.
That'd be sweet.
And the reason I'm gonna go with this, there's no analytics, there's no deep research. One reason only. And this is not a shot against Wheelersburg, but if Harvest Prep beat Wheelersburg 12-6, who lost to Ironton 37-7, I'm gonna take Ironton in the revenge tour.
Zane Williams is so he's almost.
I think he's the X factor.
He's
man.
almost underrated.
He's the X factor.
I will say if it was switched, I feel like maybe Harvest Prep could have beaten week 1. Maybe Harvest Prep beats them 37-7, and then week 3 or 4 when Harvest Prep and Wheelersburg play. If that's Ironton Wheelersburg, maybe that's 12-6 Ironton's way.
Yeah.
You know? Or maybe it goes either way. Like maybe Wheelersburg gets the win if they play week 1 against Harvest Prep. I'm not
Zane Williams is shot out of a cannon. You will see that later too. But it's like I look at that and I'm like, dude, you give pro comps. I'm not saying this guy will be a guy like Saquon Barkley, but the way that he cuts, the way he goes stomp, stomp, and is just literally gone.
Yeah.
And like the defender's just standing there, like that. The play we had last week, the top play of the week. It's just like it's unreal what that kid's doing.
Okay, going on to the next one, Wheelersburg. They are taking on West Muskingum, that literally took West Virginia's logo and just made it it literally looks like West Virginia's logo. Tony, I'm going to go with you. Who do you have?
Homer. 24-13 Wheelersburg.
Okay. Any insider?
No.
Okay. Adam?
Yeah, I think that it's just very unlucky that West Muskingum has to go Harvest Prep, and now Wheelersburg all in the second round. They are destined to die in that second round. I think it's going to be 21-7, maybe.
I think they got to keep the score low.
Yeah, 21-7, maybe like a 24-7 type deal. But yeah, I think it's going to be Wheelersburg.
Okay. Coach Seitz?
I'm going 27-24 West Muskingum.
Oh my God! We're never coming out here again.
I mean, it's a neutral site. Sometimes you got to these neutral site games. I
will say they don't necessarily have the coach was the one that kind of said it. I'm not talking down on it, but it's they had some things to work through. They definitely hit their stride. So I'm interested to see if that can carry them. You know what I mean? especially the slate.
Real quick, Bill Callahan did let me know that Massillon did beat the Canada team. And it was 45-6. So I saw the 45-6, but I thought it was the other way around.
Oh,
so yeah,
wow.
Massillon whooped.
The one
Is
that
Massillon,
Ironton lost
are
to?
they an Ohio team?
Massillon, yeah, but they're way higher division than Ironton.
Yeah,
they're like
they're
Division
like
2. I'm pretty sure they're a pretty big school. So again, you were talking about West Muskingum, like Harvest Prep, and then Wheelersburg, right? Or Harvest Prep three times.
The year before, it was Harvest Prep, Wheelersburg. But the year before Harvest Prep, they were 6-4 and didn't make the playoffs.
Okay,
which
so
doesn't make sense to me.
So again, if you survive Wheelersburg, congratulations. You're playing either Harvest Prep, who's playing
congratulations,
or
you
you're
can
playing
hang the
Ironton.
quarterfinals banner up on.
Yeah.
You ain't hanging
Yeah.
the semis.
Now.
We are not making it past
you're
Harvest
probably
Prep.
getting ready for basketball season.
Yeah.
Next day or two.
Now we are homers here.
If you are, yeah.
I do think though West Muskingum gets over the hump for round 2 just to have a terrible.
Can you hear me? He's never coming on the show again.
just to have
these are just predictions, Tony.
Just to have a terrible round 3. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with West Muskingum. I'm going to go with it 20-19.
I know nothing about that.
Me either.
I know nothing.
But
I didn't even.
I think what I think
have
it's
they
going
been coming in hot? Like
West Muskingum, they're 9-2. I want to say. I can't.
Gotta control the
score.
The ground game. Yeah.
This is. You know what I think is funny about this? Riverview is 0-9, canceled. Like, no, we're good.
Hey, buddy.
Not happening.
Don't need this on our guys right now. Okay, last one. Eastern. They go and play
what?
Conotton Valley, right?
We talk about Eastern already?
We haven't picked them yet.
Oh.
Yeah. They're playing Conotton Valley at Heath. Tony, who are you picking?
Oh, we know who I'm picking. Let me think of the score a little bit. I think they both put up points in this one. I'm thinking it's more like a 32-27.
Okay, 32-27. Adam?
Eastern Eagles. You got their scores? How many points are they putting up? A lot.
So I say, honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Eastern, and the reason why is Conotton Valley. They just played Trimble, who went 7-5. They play a lot of local teams. Like they played Vinton County, only beat Vinton County at 18-6. Vinton County was 4-6.
Yeah, I've heard this is not the same Trimble as old for the football.
So Vinton County is not the same as it was last year. So unioto just absolutely manhandled them.
Yeah,
we all know we were. We
that
were all
was
there.
Yeah.
And then for Trimble,
I almost had to call the police to report a murder.
Yeah, and then for Trimble to play them
call.
18-6, and then have to play this, then the Conotton Valley or whatever beat them 22-26. So it was a close one. So I think Eastern's just going to come out and it's going to be probably like. So what did I have in my notes? What did I say in my notes about this? I said
one-handed catching TDs for days.
Literally, Eric Mannion.
Eastern can handle these guys. I don't want Eastern getting like a big head because I know sometimes Eastern people watch this. But I think if they show up, handle the business, I think they can beat them 28-0, 35.
Yes. Yeah.
35-0.
Coach Seitz.
Yeah, I'm going Eastern Eagles.
Let's go. All right, hey, you redeemed yourself.
Yeah,
Redeemed yourself. There you go.
Yeah, Coach Tomlinson and the crew down
Yeah.
there, they'll have them ready. They'll be ready to play.
I'm going Eastern by a landslide. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think
They'll
Eastern.
put points up in this one.
I think Scott Tomlinson's on a mission right now, saying, "Hey, like, this is a team that could go very, very far."
My thing is only putting up 18 points on Vinton County and having unioto put up so many points on them. It's like, the defense was not what it was last year.
No.
And for Trimble to only
have
put
problems.
up 18 points, have problems against the Vinton County defense that has a little bit of holes in it. I'm from their alma mater. I can say this.
Yeah. That's the only reason you get to talk shit if you drive.
You went there, but it was like I was all in.
I said 4-6. Still love that for him. It's better than 1-9. Anything's better than 1-9.
Anything's better than 1-9. All right, so that's our picks for this upcoming playoff schedule for the schools. Man, I definitely just started tripping over that brain fart. Let's get into real quick. Before we get to college football, we have Coach Seitz on here. He had a great junior high season. I want to ask you, what is it whenever you're a junior high coach that your main focus is to get your players ready for that next level?
This was my second year back at the junior high level at Unioto. But really, my main focus is for the kids to have fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We
they definitely did.
Coach, and I'll throw a shout out, Coach Todd Braden.
Is it Connor's dad?
No, Coach Braden. It's Cody's father.
Okay.
Yeah, and his son was a quarterback. The guy, I've learned a lot from him the last 2 years. He won. And don't quote me on this one, but he won 2 national championships himself.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he played at Mount Union.
Oh
yeah.
Dude, Mount Union is the place.
Yeah, no. So he can really dial it up. But no, the key to keeping them coming back is to have fun. I kind of use I coached under Coach Hoops years back at the junior high level as well, and I always took from him like we called it our job. So all week long, here we are, we're doing our job, and then come Thursday, like you guys saw a couple times, every Thursday, I'd huddle the kids up, say, we work all week. So what's going to happen? We're going to get paid. So, I kind of make it like a job.
Yeah.
We have fun. We work all week, and then we get paid on Thursday night. So,
yeah.
But you got to have fun. It doesn't matter.
I like that. Work all week, get paid on
Thursday.
And I got that
paid
from
on
Coach
Thursday
Hoops.
morning.
Yeah, no, I got that from Hoopsy. I mean, Hoopsy used to tell him that, way back when, 15 years ago, whenever that was, and that I'd coached with him, and I just took to it. I just think it's great, because, developing a work ethic with these kids at a young age, and they took to it. I mean, we had our banquet, and we talked about it again at the banquet just the other night. So, maybe that's something the kids can take with them, as they mature and get older, and who knows, hell, they may coach themselves some days.
Yeah. Now, and I want to ask you, too, because obviously, we watch Isaac Coy is going to be a problem, and then whenever he leaves, you're going to have Braden there. So buckle up, SVC. It's not going to be a good road there for you when it comes to unioto quarterbacks. But watching some of the junior high level this year, I mean, you guys were amazing.
All right, I don't want to give you this alley-oop. How many yards did your defense let up this year?
Yeah, no. The unofficial stats, Coach Langhoff done some stats, and I don't have them on me.
Look, come on.
Yeah, I think of unofficially, we didn't officially give a yard up defensively. I think we give up 8 first downs all year. We give up 12 points.
Negative 300 yards.
Yeah,
we're going to say it.
Yeah,
negative.
It was something crazy.
They ran backwards 3 football fields for the entire season.
I don't know how that goes, but
I don't know how that.
Yeah,
that is wild.
We saw a lot of
is
snaps
crazy.
over the head.
You guys saw it.
Play.
That 8th grade class out there at unioto is just.
What I love the most about the game that we watched was that whenever and the way that you guys won, but going against adversity probably didn't come too often.
Yeah.
But you come out there, you get a big touchdown to start the game, and then Adina turns right around and gets a touchdown.
Yep.
And your kids are like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, we're going to score.
Yeah. And you did.
Yeah,
quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I tell you something great, guys. I told Tony, we somehow got Portsmouth West to come in and play in that 8th week. And, everyone's like, wow, that's a really good opponent. They beat a lot of teams down there. I think it was Jackson, maybe one of them at the 8th grade level. And so we played the 7th grade game first, and it didn't go so well for us. We're not as good at the 7th grade level, but they got better. And so here come the 8th grade, and I'm telling you guys right now, and that Portsmouth West 8th grade team was really, really good as well. And it was 22-0 in the first quarter before they even know what hit them. And I'm like, I'm looking at the scoreboard, I'm looking at Todd, I'm like, yeah,
keep pouring it on.
This class is pretty good.
To have stats like that, do you think it's the offense and things that you guys are already running? Because the one thing I was impressed with was, again, running stuff like a jet sweep, running all types of plays that I would have never been running.
They're running read options.
Exactly. So it's, when you're seeing that type of stuff, do you think your ability to run those plays is that good? Or do you feel like this batch of 8th graders with Harsha and these guys like that are just dudes?
Well, I think the ability to coach that to those kids is the key. Not only are they good athletes, but their IQ is so good in every sport. So it's not like it's not the average junior high team. And something else that folks may not realize is last year they were undefeated also as 7th graders playing 8th graders, guys.
Yeah.
Like 11 of those 8th graders played 2 years ago in 8th grade games as 7th graders, and we didn't lose either.
Yeah.
So it was the second year. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No, it 100% does. I'm sitting here saying,
so
like when these boys are going into freshman year of high school, they haven't
they're
lost
ready
a
to
football
go.
game.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
Yeah,
7th and 8th
they were
grade year,
just
they
so
have
much more mature. And I think it was like 11 total of them as 7th graders played in the 8th grade level, and I think 7 of them actually started on one side of the ball or the other. And so coming into the 8th grade,
they seriously haven't lost a game in 7th and 8th grade?
no.
Yeah, they completely
no. And then the current freshmen, who will be the sophomores, they didn't lose as 8th graders 3 years ago.
Wow.
So Hoopsie's freshmen and sophomores, I think I'm correct on this, coming into next year hadn't lost in junior high.
Oh, wow.
Again, but it's numbers. We have a lot of kids at Unio to pick from, and I understand that. But and I work mostly with the offensive lines and the defensive lines and stuff like that. And for me to stand on the sideline and work with these kids every day and see a kid like Brody Miller or Nick Gibson, Jonah Renner, and they're out there and they're standing up and they're pointing and we're counting the defenders on the other side of the football, that next level type stuff.
Yeah.
And just to see them be able to communicate with one another and how they matured and grew up as young kids, I'm excited. And again, I don't know how the ball will roll at Unioto, whether I'll be coaching junior high or ever get a chance to go up and, be associated with them at high school level. But I can't wait to see what happens with these kids, going forward the next 3-4 years at high school football.
Now, here's another thing, too, is that we saw Adina. They have some people coming. They have Huntington. They have some people coming. Who's some other schools that you guys played this year that's like, hey, when these guys get to high school, they're going to be some serious challenge.
I really thought that Huntington had some really good pieces. They had 2 or 3 nice linemen out there. The Hirsch kid, I can't remember his first name, at the 8th grade level.
Yeah.
He's a grown man out there.
That's what we heard. He's a big guy.
His brother, coming back, Coach Beeler out there, he's going to have a nice little combo, and the Adina 8th grade team had some nice pieces.
Right? I think so, yeah. Because I always want to call him Hayden for some reason.
Yeah.
It's
now
Frankie.
I thought Piketon had some decent. Again,
that's why I heard they had some speed.
The Gaulian. I believe their quarterback's last name was Gaulian, and they had a little shifty runner. I don't remember his name, but he had
Junior.
Yeah. This is junior high.
I was about to say Buddy Wilson Jr. It's just
he was really shifty. But again, we only allowed 2 touchdowns all year at the junior high level. And
we were there for one of them.
Yeah,
you saw it.
Literally,
and that was my fault.
Adina,
on that touchdown, I'm going to take the blame because I sent the sink at him, and we missed a tackle, and that kid was off the field.
You win some, you lose some on those gambles, right?
Yeah.
So you win some, lose some on those gambles.
You do. I mean, like I tell everyone, I had a couple high school coach text me there before a football game's like, Coach, if an opponent is good at running and throwing, what should I do? I said, well, you pick one of them and take them away.
Yeah.
I'm a defensive guy, so if I'm coaching against Ironton or whatever, you got to pick your poison.
Yeah. Do you want Sean Terry to moss you, or do you want Zane Williams to run you over?
Do you want what do you want the score to ultimately?
Yeah.
What can you deal with? What can you got to put yourself in a situation where I think I can score this many points, but then you got to figure out what you're going to take it away to kind of offset that.
Do you see anybody coming up that's playing good corner back?
Corner
Yes.
back.
Corner.
As into the junior high level?
Sure.
But I don't know. You guys remember number 2 at Unioto, Braden Harsha?
Yeah.
He
Do we
was a
remember number
linebacker.
2?
Yeah.
Harsha's
He was very
a linebacker.
harsha to the other kids on the
Yeah,
field.
I think on one thing, I remember watching it, and he stiff armed someone. You said like
stiffy
touchdown. Yeah, the kids love that. But no, Braden Harsha. That young man there, I don't know about cornerback or not, but defensive.
That's what I asked about. Okay, I'm tired of the defensive players getting overlooked.
Tony only wants to hear a quarterback.
Throw it out there.
Right,
I will throw this out there. If I was a defensive coordinator at Unioto, I'm telling you right now, I'd be looking at Braden Harsha to play safety or free safety. I mean,
you heard it here first.
He can
Definitely
come
catch
up.
a pick.
He can come up and play the lumber. I mean, will lay the lumber.
Hell yeah.
And so will the Langhoff kid. On the other side, I had
He's
2 great outside
He's
linebackers.
I
had 2 really good
defensive
defensive ends. So you got to pick your poison. You're going to try to run outside.
I'm interested that Huntington has some players coming up. I like to hear that too because I mean we see it now though with the pieces. I hope they can put it together because when you have guys like Caden Curtis, and you really had some pieces there this year too. So
I think Paint Valley better be ready for the next 4 years because if they give up that Maple Leaf, I will never.
Yeah, Coach
let
Beeler
them
has
down.
some kids coming out there. There's no doubt about that. I've seen that in the making.
4 years or 3 times? Yeah, 4
I
times.
think we've only given it up 4 times.
And
three of them were the years from like whenever Derek graduated, so 2006, 2008, or something like that.
It was his freshman, sophomore, junior year because he said when he was like, when the team was in my hands, I didn't win it.
Yeah, let it down.
Gotta be on.
All right, let's get on.
Is that the Huntington Paint Valley rivalry?
Yeah, the Maple Leaf.
Is it that serious?
It is.
Is
For
it
one,
no,
it's not.
It's not that serious.
Well, when one team only wins it 6 times, it's hard to take it
Like
serious.
ever, 6 times ever.
Yeah.
That's not real.
Yeah.
That has to be
Ever.
We're talking
In
like
50
years.
Probably 60 years by now, 65. Yeah. Really, Paint Valley's biggest rival, if you look at the history, is Westfall because of that 10-year war. And then, right whenever we were still starting to become good in the early 2010s, my junior, senior year, they were still a thorn in our ass. I think I only beat them once when I went out to Paint Valley.
You said the 10-year war. Is that like when they had when Paint Valley had Drew Bob in them?
No, 10-year war was between, late 80s, probably 86 to 96 or a little bit.
Burke and was that Ben Burke?
Yeah, and all them. And
that,
basically what it was for 10 years, pretty much Westfall and Paint Valley were either trading the conference championship or trading, no one was winning more than 2 games in a row. So they kind of called it 10-year war because they were also at the top of the SVC. And it was just insane. And then that kind of
sounds something like a history game.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised
You're a
you didn't say
history
something
guy.
like the Battle of 41.
So the outside of the SVC, definitely Greenfield.
Yeah, because I feel like that would be the bigger. Even
The only reason I don't have a whole lot of input on the Greenfield one is because when I was in high school, didn't get to play it. So I really don't even going to Paint Valley. I still kind of. I mean, I get it, but I'll never fully, truly grasp what it means to play in that game because I didn't.
I'm gonna make a trophy for the Vinton County Unioto game, the week 1.
Has to have one.
Yeah, it's
has to have one because I don't think that rivalry is
continue. Have you seen the schedule for next year? I don't know.
I
thought I heard we picked up Portsmouth, but that doesn't mean we.
I can't see Vinton County ever not being week 1, and if it is, I'm gonna riot.
Yeah, no, I think our week 1 next year is Portsmouth. If I'm not mistaken. Who told me?
Matt Hoops, what are you doing?
No, and don't kill me out there. Anyone listening, but
I'm texting him as soon as the show ends.
I'm pretty sure that that Portsmouth's in the mix.
Hopefully week 2.
You said West Portsmouth?
No, Portsmouth.
Like regular Portsmouth.
Yeah, regular Portsmouth. And maybe I'm incorrect. I heard.
I'm hoping it's week 2 because it's been
that Vinton County Unioto game is the kickoff.
For the last 10 years,
it's always Vinton County, Unioto, McLean, Adena. Oh, goofing on one. Ironton. Is it Ironton? Yeah, Ironton, Wheelersburg. Those are the 3 week 1 games every single year that you're
is Jackson will play Waverly?
I remember my cousin.
Jackson.
Not week 1, no.
Mm-hmm.
Since at least 2006.
No, at least 2000. Remember we looked it up.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, remember on Max Prep.
So 24 years.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know, and I may be incorrect on that. I was some reason.
Hoops, you're getting a text if you're watching. I'll be letting you know.
Sorry, Matt, if I'm.
Let's get to the MAC real quick. So let's talk some college football. If you need to know what's happening in the top 25, watch any sports show, not this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you don't know what happened in the top 25,
yeah,
guys, I have next year's. It just came to me.
Okay.
I'm not going to say who sent it to me. We kick it off. Yeah, looks like Portsmouth. Then right there. It is.
Hold on.
So it is game 2.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that first one, Miami Trace, is a scrimmage. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
My God.
Yep.
But hey,
Portsmouth. I thought I heard
Vinton
County, and then Waverly, and then into SVC action next year for the 25
wow.
Week
season.
2?
Yeah,
week 2 now.
Week 2.
I'm right. You're going to hear from me, Combs, and Hoops. I'm not okay with it. I mean, I don't go there.
It just probably.
My opinion is nothing.
Honestly,
my phone's blowing up. I thought I was right.
Trophy.
Yeah.
80.
Yeah.
80 opening week trophy old.
86.
You can still have a trophy, right?
Yeah, well,
that's true.
My thing is I just
mean
wonder
as
if it's
much?
more with
I don't know.
Portsmouth's schedule,
Yeah.
them trying to get them in and kind of get
No.
an opponent.
Get them out.
Yeah.
I would be like, hey, week 1 is the only week off the table, but
I don't know any Portsmouth players about them, but I know they didn't.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about Portsmouth other than Ironton owns them right now.
90-point differential.
Getting into the MAC though, it looks like Bowling Green they beat Central Michigan 23-13. Miami, Ohio beat Ball State in a close one, 27-21. I hate Northern Illinois, and they beat Western Michigan 42-28. Ohio had a close one with Kent State. 41-0. If I'm Kent State, throw Cade Wolford in there and let him start winning some games.
You know what makes me mad is just how if you run in a college football 25 season, Ohio OU is gonna finish 0-12
every time.
It makes me so
every
mad.
time.
And they're second in the MAC right now, or second in the MAC East.
Yeah. So standings, we got Miami, Ohio's in first. I didn't send this over to you, Andy, because it's from the Score, and I don't want to get sued. So Miami, Ohio. Bowling Green and Western Michigan are all tied for the first of the conference.
Bobcats in the second one.
Yes.
Miami, Ohio.
Oh, yes. I did.
Ohio Bobcats,
but they're all tied at 4-1 for the lead in the conference. And then you got Buffalo and Toledo there at 3-2. Ball State, Eastern Michigan 2-3, as well as Northern Illinois. Central Michigan at 1-4, Akron at 1-4, and Kent State still looking for a win, even though they played Georgia, I want to say, pretty close. So that's kind of surprising. I thought Kent State would have some wins. Looking at the matchups though this year, doesn't look like we're going or this week. Don't think we should have any big blowouts here. Bowling Green and Western Michigan. One of those two
is going to blow out Eastern Michigan. Michigan right now is 8th in the conference.
I think.
I mean, it's
the game.
Here's what I'll say: Adam Guthrie goes to Miami of Ohio.
Oh, really? I think were we just talking about that?
What?
Adam Guthrie. Me and you, and I think.
Oh, is that me and you? Okay. I was going to say.
I'm saying it on air.
The game to look for.
Just the offensive lineman from Miami Trade.
Yep.
Spoke of? Okay.
The game to look for, though, it's going to be tomorrow night, the Western Michigan Bowling Green, because one of those is going to be eliminated from the tie for first place. They're both 4-1. So I'm going to root for Bowling Green just because of Dylan Swingle, and he went there. But, again, with the Maction, I mean,
if Ohio versus Michigan in you.
Yeah, that's true. But
I'm alumni. I should get hyper for that.
Oh, and then we get another Ohio versus Michigan game, Toledo and Central Michigan
Madison,
same day.
Yeah, and
get a pass or something.
Again, the MAC, I feel like here in a few years could have one of those at-large bids to get into the college football playoff.
And then Wednesday, another Ohio versus Michigan team being Ohio and Eastern Michigan.
I think with the MAC, it's like we need more Ohio-Michigan rivalry.
I mean, what do you mean needs more? They have 6 Ohio teams and 4.
No, like back in the day, it was just Ohio State and Michigan. They're like, no, we need more of it. We need more of it.
What's worse than Michigan? East Michigan.
Or the central of it.
Which I don't understand.
Is Northern
why
Illinois?
In there.
Northern Illinois is where Tony Romo.
I never realized that there were 12 teams in the MAC.
No, where did Romo go?
Oh, Romo? I thought he went to some really small school.
Northern Illinois. I thought
it was
was it something like
Mississippi?
I thought it was a purple school, but I really don't know.
It was a purple school.
I don't know.
It
That's
was
a good
definitely
question.
purple.
Was it? Okay.
I'm sure there's someone out
I
there.
hated Tony Romo because I was like, you don't deserve Jessica Simpson.
I love
Yeah, because he gave you a lot of dubs.
Eastern Illinois. I was so close.
You were close, yeah. Also, Northern Illinois.
I knew it was like a directional Illinois.
Yeah, Northern Illinois can go to
Got
hell.
the collars right.
You got but yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to go on with the MAC. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I'll be talking on my ass, but we are definitely going to spend a lot more time talking about the MAC as well as the local colleges here. Again, if you're a local college having offered Braylon Robertson, get your head out of your ass and get a winner.
I feel like we should start keeping up on the Mid-Southern Ohio League and the Appalachian Athletic Association.
Now,
I guess it's the Mid-Southern League, not Mid-Southern Ohio.
Now, again, Braylon is going through some rehab. It looks like he's going to be sitting out maybe most of basketball season because, I mean, dude's a tank. I was trying to think of a good word, but I mean, should he have even played in that last game? No, but there's no way you're looking at Braylon and be like,
you can't hold anything back.
Is he a senior?
That's what it is. I kept trying to say that at the Super Bowls last Sunday, and I was like, I can't think of the exact line he says in The Water Boy.
Britt, last game of the season, can't hold anything back.
We know. We know. But yeah, so that happened to him in the Maple Leaf game. Broke his, again, pretty sure he broke his ankle. Yeah, they were big, and that's how you go out. So
our injury reports are sick.
Yeah,
it's like the Easter kid.
What happened to him? Could have died.
Broke
Don't
his
know.
leg.
Yeah.
He's playing next week.
Broke his leg. He's good Saturday morning.
We were a little bit off on that one.
Yeah.
I found out
little
like a week
bit
ago
off.
that he didn't break his leg. I want to say like 3 days ago you guys told me he didn't break his leg. I was like, since when?
Yeah.
I was like, you guys, that was news that was broke to me,
I
damn
thought it
it.
was broken
You
now.
told me it'd take 53 minutes for a single quarter and he didn't break
What
it?
happened? Oh, I hit
Glad he didn't.
stepped on a Lego out there, man.
Totally like it.
All right.
Glad he's okay. Like that's
Yeah. Again, want to give a huge congratulations to Minford getting second in the state, as well as Adina getting in the Final Four and Minford girls. Congratulations to them. We were talking more about it, but we don't know shit about soccer, so here we
A
go.
little bit.
Okay, here we go.
They
You got
lost
it.
4-1. They only let up like
The Minford girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'd only let up like 18 goals all season. They got a lot of good seniors. They had a really, really good goalie. From just what I picked up from like a box score and stuff like that, they scored on a quarter. They had a couple kicks that bounced around and ended up going in two. So I think the 4 was a little more than they probably would have let up otherwise. But it was just their story was super sick. It was just one of those things where it's just like both of these teams, they were kind of like, do we belong here right now kind of deal, and they absolutely did.
Dude, and the crazy thing is, I love so much state championship held Old Crew Stadium. Like, what a feeling that has to be. You're not going to go play on a college field. You're playing on a
You're pretty
pro
much playing a
football.
college team.
Yeah.
That Madeira team is like that's the
And only lost
Metascaline or whatever.
only lost
it is.
1-0.
It's the same size pitch as they got back home though.
No, it's not. This is actually bigger. It's like,
it's a lot bigger.
Yeah. He's like, wait, so y'all play on different kind of fields over here? Yeah.
I learned something about this.
Mine of a goldfish, baby.
Boys are still going. They went the opposite way, and it was 4-0.
Yeah.
And Miles Montgomery with a hatter trick.
Sorry, folks.
You will see maybe some of him later
Yes.
as
Sorry,
well.
Tony. 4-0.
4-0.
4-0. We're talking
Talking about
soccer.
soccer. They don't know what 4-0 is.
Yeah.
That's
They
talk
don't-
about-
football.
You talk about hockey.
That's football. I play American soccer.
Actually, so the three things with it was a soccer football is what it's actually called. So calling it soccer is the correct name because then it was gridiron football and then there was rugby football. So
Rugby.
calling it soccer is correct.
You hear that? Thank you. You didn't because you're probably not watching this from England.
Yeah. That's
One
just
time,
coming from like
one time we had 2 viewers from another country.
We did.
That was
One was from,
cute.
one of them was from Japan.
yeah.
Respect.
That's
Kimosabi.
Again, also want to give a big shout out to Dina Warriors. Literally, I don't think anybody picked them to win the league this year. Gold ball, go to the state Final Four, lose to again
You
Lake
hang
Catholic.
Final Four banners in college basketball. Road to the Final Four. That's what it's all about.
Literally.
You know what I mean, so
And they played at Wright State in front of the Columbus Fury, the pro team here for volleyball. So, and they had a great season. I think 3 losses all year heading into that last game, and it was a hard-fought game. But again, when you're playing a 3-time state champion that went on to win it the 4th time that year, I mean, you basically played the state championship game.
Exactly.
So that's all I have.
That team was just super sick. You had
Yeah.
some shakeups before the season even started, and then to come out and like all of their quotes, even
I couldn't imagine
throughout
being
the
a senior
entire year.
transferring from there.
Yeah, I mean
That would be hard.
Well, it definitely is, but you kind of sit there and be like, oh, is there going to be a hole or something like that? But, everything that they said at the end of the season is just how close they were and how much fun they were having, and it's cool to see. And I think they grew through adversity. There were so many freaking times you're watching them play and they're just down.
Well,
they're
and how
down
many
in a set, they're down, and you're sitting there like, oh, so somebody might grab this set. It's just not the case.
And how many times was it? It's almost like the Kansas City Chiefs, where it's like they're good, it's just not good enough sometimes.
Yeah.
Like we're expecting you to just not lose a game, and like they lost their 2 games pretty early. I think they were like 3-2. And I was like, oh yeah, Dean's not that good this year. Well, maybe look at the 2 teams that they lost to. Coach Size, do you have any input on the Dina Warriors volleyball?
Oh, by the way, they were 91. The seniors that graduated, 91-17.
What?
That was their record. The seniors.
That is insane.
Wow.
That is talk about winners.
That is
For,
impressive. I don't know much. I'm not
shout-
a volleyball person, but I will say, with what is it, Coach Smith out there? How long has she been out there? 40-some years.
Yeah.
She just get her 400
small
or 500.
community.
Yeah.
It's that. She's definitely got a tradition going out there.
And from what I heard, the fans there at the Final Four for Dina were all out.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, and a little town like that, it's neat to see. Back in the high schools. Shout out to Dina.
Yeah.
100%. Now, the one thing I did watch, I believe the district final. I just happened to be flipping around YouTube, and I think the only name it seemed like the Corinne Day.
Oh, she's a monster.
She's up.
She is
like she had her.
She's a
I was
basketball
watching.
player,
Her
too.
elbows looked like they were above the net. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, and that's before she jumps.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, the
yeah.
only lead that they really had in that game was kind of from a couple good blocks.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, there was no. I mean, she would go inside, outside. She was blocking it from everywhere.
Shout Sosa for the one article, but the coach said it. They were sad because it was over, but they also said they never hated coming to practice, and I thought that was like a really, really good quote by the coach, because it's like, dude, if you don't hate coming to practice, like, you know, you're bound to do something.
You're doing something right.
Alrighty, so before we get to this next segment, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to send it to you guys so that you can actually read it. And sites, I will put my phone in front of you so that you can see it. We're going to do our 2 truths and a lie, if you guys are ready for it. All right, name of the game, Coach Sites will let you know. 2 of these statements are true. 1 of them is false. You guys are individually going to guess which one the false one is. Winner at the end gets to talk shit. All right? Now, I will let you know, I don't think any of you guys have gone 3-0. I know we had that one with the dog.
I think there was.
So I think it was the one with the dog that was kind of like
I think you went a 3-0.
Have you before?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so let's see who's going to do it this time.
So out of these, I'm picking out which one is.
I'm going to read them to you, and
Okay.
then you'll figure out which one out of the one I just read is the lie.
Okay.
One
I'm
of
just
them's
telling
a lie?
you which one's a lie.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 1, humans share 60% of their DNA with bananas. Number 2, the largest turtle ever recorded weighed more than a ton. 3, police officers earned the nickname cops or coppers because their badges were made of copper.
Which one's the lie?
Which one is the lie? Thoughts? You guys have open discussion. I mean, you guys get your own
Interesting.
picks here, but you do get to have an open discussion. Tony, what are your first thoughts here in this?
Humans share 60% of the DNA. That's plausible only because, you know, a DNA strand's very, very long. So I guess that's got potential. I mean, it's still really, really weird to me. The largest turtle ever recorded more than a ton. That's
insane.
That's huge.
How heavy is that shell?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's plausible because they go around in water. So
Yep.
it's definitely something we could. And that probably was a long time ago for pollution, all those things like that. And then police officers earned the nickname cops or coppers. Now, the badges were made of copper. That would stain a uni.
Yeah.
Anybody want to go first?
Yeah.
Adam, what are your
I'm
thoughts
gonna go
here?
with the lie is the police officers earn the nickname cops or coppers because their badges are actually made of bronze.
Okay.
That's what I was saying about the uniform. Is that the copper would like tarnish and different things like that, whereas the bronze where you use Brasso and stuff.
Now, remember, this is back in the day, too, of whenever they were first being made. So not right now.
I feel like copper was money. Wouldn't they just kill the cop and take
Did we
the
even
copper?
have copper back then, Tony? I mean, let's think about
We
that.
definitely had bronze. There was
Did we
bronze
have
and
copper. It's not
we had
bronze, it's copper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
will say
copper is a
this.
single element, whereas bronze is copper and metal put together. So you have to smelt to get bronze.
So now I will say this about this whole thing. My science
Bill
teacher,
Callahan, I
my-
know you're smiling out there.
my sophomore, junior, and senior year, because I just would not stop taking his classes.
Mr. Nelson, shout out Mr. Nelson, would always say that.
Give me the
he,
bananas.
He told us a joke that was like, he'd be walking down the street and a cop would see him, and it's the only time he ever got in trouble with a cop. He's like, "Hey, what's penny made out of?" Copper. And he's like, if you knew Mr. Nelson, he talked like this. He talked like he was an old Southern woman.
Yeah. So yours
I
is
love him.
yours is the badge.
Well, I don't know, because I just remembered that, and him saying that. It's like, well, I mean, but
Give me the DNA thing. I don't even care.
So you
I'm
think
gonna
the
say
bananas
badge.
are a
Yeah,
lie?
I'm rocking with the badge.
You think the badge is a lie? Coach Sites, what do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm going with the bananas as a lie. I'm just not going with that.
Adam wins round number 1 is the badges. They actually got their
Wow.
name because cop means to catch or arrest. So that's why they became cops.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
The more you know, right?
Yeah.
The crazy
like
thing
Are
is,
their badges made out of bronze? Because you just pulled that out of my ass.
no idea.
You know, they
No idea.
have to be. It's just like a military uniform.
I think so.
Do you know what I
think-
mean? That's
think
the
that
first thing I
maybe.
thought of is like if I had copper as a belt buckle, it would not be okay.
Well, I know it can't be copper. It has is nickel. Before I say
It's
I'm
brass.
dumb, is nickel and copper like different?
Yes.
Yeah. So like
Nickel
I'm allergic.
will, like break you out.
Yeah, and I'm allergic to nickel. And when I wore my stuff in the military, like my dog tags and stuff, I would break out. So I had to wear it like
Now,
on my belt loop for at least.
is
boot camp.
bronze, copper, and nickel? I'm trying to remember. I'm not putting it out there. Bill, don't
Is
yell at me.
brass?
We'll put that in the
bronze?
segment I told you about the other day. Okay.
Next.
Going to round 2. Oh, wait, do we have any more comments, questions, concerns on round 1?
Good.
Okay. Going to round 2.
I read ahead.
The toenail of the little toe is called the spungle. There are more trees on Earth than stars in our galaxy. And a single strand of spaghetti is called a spaghetto.
Oh, I thought it said spaghetti. So
Well, I know that's a bold-faced lie. A single strand of spaghetti is called spaghetti.
I don't know how you could think that you could pass that one off.
Single strand of spaghetti.
Coach Seitz, what are your initial thoughts here for 2 truths and a lie?
Well, my initial thought in this whole thing is, where did you guys come up with this game?
I have a lot of free time at work
Do you?
sometimes.
Okay.
I mean, no, I don't. No,
Yeah,
no, I
no.
so much cars.
I just find it hard to believe that the toenail is called a spungle.
That is, I mean, yeah. I
I'm
mean,
going
you
with
never
that
know.
one right out of the gate.
Okay, so
just
he
not
thinks
buying
that the spungle is a lie. Adam, I'm going to go to you next. What are your initial thoughts here? Do you think you already have your answer for the lie?
Yeah, I think I already got my answer for the lie. First thing, though, the Spungle, not all that wild of a name for me because the thing for iPhones to be able to plug in a aux cord is called a dongle.
Well,
Yeah.
this is a weenus. They got all types of weird stuff.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I'm going to have to say trees on Earth and stars in the galaxy because, well, no.
You better, yeah.
I'm
A
going
lot
to
of stars in the galaxy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to say there are more trees.
Tony's-
there's more trees on Earth than stars in the galaxy. Okay, well I'm gonna.
What do you think it said?
I thought it said more stars. I don't know.
Backwards,
Yeah, I
more
thought it was
stars than
backwards,
trees. Okay, I thought at first he
Tony's-
meant like more trees in
Tony's
the
Italian.
galaxy.
He's
but-
going with spaghetti anyway.
You
Oh wait,
damn
yeah,
right.
no. That's the lie. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
That's the lie. There are more trees on Earth than stars in the galaxy. Yeah, that's the lie because we're
Okay.
facing like what global warming because like people cutting down trees, the rainforest is getting cut down.
Okay,
I got a couple nuggets for you right here.
okay.
One, we have more trees now than we did when the dinosaurs were alive because we produce so much carbon and trees eat that. We actually have more trees and more green on Earth right now than we did when the dinosaurs were
Okay.
alive.
Okay.
Number two, we only have one. We have one star in our solar system, and it's just the sun. So I'm wondering if in our galaxy there's really not that many.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because there's no stars around us except the sun.
Buddy,
But,
you're looking at 4 of them right here.
And those are facts. It doesn't mean that I'm right, but it's I'm going to go the single strand, and I don't care what anybody says because this is bullshit to me because it's spaghetti, and you can say it. It's not spaghetto. So
Okay.
if this is that, it's something stupid that somebody else does. That's
Okay.
Wait, time. I want to maybe rethink my.
No, you don't
Okay.
get to. Come on, let's go to the next one.
No, he never officially went in. You never officially
No, he
went
said
in.
I'm definitely going with the middle one.
You never go to the
He
middle
said
one?
no, I'm definitely going to stick with that.
I didn't say that, but I will for the sake.
Oh,
of
we're gonna
I'll let
rewatch
you
this
rethink.
tape.
I'll let you rethink. What is it?
Yeah, I'll just stick with it. The same one.
Stick with the same one?
Yeah.
The lie is the spungle.
Oh,
Yes. So, on Earth, there are
Yeah.
3 trillion
Happy birthday to
trees.
me, right?
In our galaxy, there are, I think, 300 to 400 billion stars.
Okay.
So there are more trees. Now, the spungle, I will be 110% honest. Could not think of a good lie. Got this one off of the Spitballers podcast. Listened to it today. Heard that. I was like, oh, that's funny.
Stop.
And the spaghetto is a single strand of spaghetti. Look it up on the Googles. I should start doing that. I should do a screenshot.
I always
and
thought
let-
spaghetti was just the
bo-
original name of the dish or the bowl.
It is, but
I
my
don't
whole
know.
thing is like a.
I guess
that
you would
sounds
be
like
the
a
person to ask.
singular
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? It's a
Man, I
single
definitely
bowl, so
thought that the Italian here would definitely know the
Well, no, I'm
answer to
still
that.
disrespected
When
by
I
it
see
because I've never heard that
spaghetto,
before in
I
my
just
freaking
think
life.
I just think of Elvis.
My son is named
Yeah.
after a
The
man called
spaghetto.
Belisario. Okay?
Sorry.
My name is Tony Belmonte. I've been around Italian.
Tony
I've never
Belmonte.
once heard spaghetto in my life. Because then it's like
I knew that
SpaghettiOs.
would
Like,
get
what
it.
is
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
SpaghettiOs?
Straight out of film.
Like,
Love it.
Like, no, we're not.
Maybe
we're not-
that, yeah. Maybe because if you think it's SpaghettiOs, it's because they're all single.
And no, they're all
once.
circles. Okay? That's why it's not right. So,
All right.
whatever
All right.
bum put that on Google.
So I could go ahead
this
and wipe off the stress that I will win this one, technically, because nobody was going to go 3-0, but we will still go round 3. Round 3. Pandas eat roughly 40 pounds of bamboo a day. Minnesota has more shoreline than California, Florida, and Hawaii combined. And the lowest tone that can be played on the tuba is called the crass. Adam, I will go to you first, since I don't think I've gone to you first yet on these. What is your thoughts?
My initial thought is I want to say that the bottom one is the lie, because for me, Minnesota could have more shoreline because it's called the land of lakes.
Yeah, I think is it the land of 100 lakes is what they're called or something like
lakes.
that. 1,000 lakes.
It's just called the land of lakes.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
There's so many lakes.
Yeah.
in
Like
there.
the butter.
So now, I don't know if you would call that technically shoreline or not, because if you count that as shoreline, that if that's the lie, then I implore you to go count the shoreline.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
100, the thousands of lakes. So the pandas eating 40 pounds of bamboo. I know they eat a lot of it.
They do.
Don't know how much.
Yeah,
though.
they
Yeah,
do.
like, and bamboo, though, like, one stalk of that is, like, pretty heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if they're eating, like, 5 or 6 stalks, like, if you actually see it in person, like, the real stuff
It's
that's
not
out
like
in the wild,
this, it's like
huge.
this thick.
It's
Yeah.
like, so it's like they're taking it down. So, like, even, like, 3 stalks is probably that. I'll go with the...
Yeah, I'm locking it in, lowest tone being the crass.
Okay.
I
That's the
think
lie.
I think I'm still going to go... I'm going to go with the middle one. I think you're right. I think it's going to be close, but I'm going to go with the middle one.
Okay. Coach Seitz, what is your thoughts?
I do know pandas eat quite a bit of bamboo. Not so sure if it's 40 pounds or not. The middle one, I can see that being true. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to go with the first one, that the bamboo
part of Florida
Is
that
the
they
lie?
eat more
Hawaii
than
is
that.
little
That's
crap.
the lie.
That don't
I
even
think they
Okay.
actually eat more than
that adds like 2
Okay. The lie is the lowest tone that can be played in the tuba is called the crass.
I
So-
know nothing about tubas at all.
So Adam was
call.
completely right that with the amount of lakes that is technically considered shoreline. So that is why that they have more than Hawaii, California. Because you think about it, California only has on one side. Hawaii is only maybe 4 or 5 islands.
Yeah, that ain't
Florida is a little peninsula, so that's kind of probably where a majority of it comes
But
from.
I just looked at the line, because if you take like the outside whole line of like Minnesota, and then you look at like the line of California and the line around that, I'm like, that seems like it would be the entire state.
So I think
But that's the
maybe
thing, it's not. It's just a bunch of little.
yeah,
little
because you got
pieces
the lakes that
inside
are in
the
it, and it's
whole
owned by Minnesota, and I think Minnesota
Wait, you
itself.
get the lake?
You
Yeah.
color in the whole
You get
state
the
of
lakes
Minnesota.
in there, too.
That's
Yeah.
what
Land
I
of
was. Because
10,000
I was like
or-
looking at just straight the state, like
Yeah,
that
the
makes me
lakes
look
come in for that. That's why you're like, dude, Minnesota,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. Yeah. All right, so good. Good two truths and a lie. That was I'm glad I could stump you guys again on that one. It's always fun to do that. All right. Other than that, I think
That one was on the one that was 2-1.
yeah, I believe so. I think you went 2-1. I think you went 1 and 2. I think
1
you
and 2.
got the
No,
first.
I didn't
one.
get any right.
Oh, you went 0-3.
I don't ever get any right.
Hell yeah, it makes me feel.
When you got the 3-0, I literally am sitting like I didn't even get it. I didn't even pick one that you picked.
Yeah, you dissect.
No, I
everything
usually
too
did
much,
try to
Tony.
pick something different.
You just
so
try
I
to
can talk
outthink
about it,
yourself.
but I do.
It's simple.
Okay, so going on to the next one. I was going to save this for next week, but I have a question that's just easy, dumb to do. So we're going to go to our next segment. It's literally just called Why? Tony.
Oh, we're doing it.
So let's get this up here. Let's get stopwatch.
So we talked about this for 4 seconds.
So this is what it's going to be. Tony, you have 20 seconds to explain to the public why the sky is blue. And go.
When light comes through certain gases, it changes a certain color. So I believe most of it is carbon and nitrogen up there. So when the sun reflects through it, that's what you get is that blue hue to it. But the reason why I think the sky is blue is because God is good. Okay, that's why I'm going to God.
And
Good. Okay.
done. Okay, Adam, you are next for why. Hold on, let me get this timer fixed again. iPhone, step up your game. Okay, Adam, in 20 seconds, please explain to us why in old-time photos you have a blue thing, a blue musk in the background. And
I know the answer
go.
to this one.
I know.
The answer to this one is just there was smoking in buildings.
Yep, so you could smoke, like where you could smoke back in the building and everything
Cigarettes in
like that.
buildings, and it
Yeah.
always gave a fog to it because they were in stadiums. So like anytime you see like Michael Jordan dunks or something, it's always like it's the blue hue. It's because of cigarette smoke.
Oh, okay.
Now I want to go to the one that Tony said.
Yep.
I'd say that it was that the sun, how it reflects off of the moon, and that's how we see like the actual moon is bright. It's the sun reflecting off the water, coming back, and that's why we get the sky being blue is because of the water.
But
Okay.
Reflection.
the light has to come through the atmosphere, be blue before it gets to the water.
Make mine
hits it
easy.
and bounces
Clay.
it.
Oh, yours
I'm
gonna
not
be-
real smart.
But what
Coach,
about
yours going to be really easy.
I
What about that?
can't talk for 20 seconds.
All right, you ready?
So, yeah, be easy on me.
Coach Seitz, what do you think, and it can be one that we've seen already, It could be one that we've never seen before. What do you think the scariest monster in the ocean is?
Oh.
Go.
Wow, scariest monster in the ocean would have to be the great white shark.
Oh,
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
Why?
Why? I saw the movie Jaws, and I'm telling you right now, guys, I thought the thing was coming out of the screen. No, you guys didn't see it.
The first Jaws.
Yeah, no.
The first Jaws, the real Jaws. Look at where the movie came from.
Yeah.
Jersey Shore, baby.
Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, I never will forget. I saw that thing, and I thought it was coming out of the screen. I think everyone in the movie screamed. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
the great white shark. Why? Yeah. Have you seen Jaws?
Yeah,
seen Jaws?
Yeah.
Duh,
Yeah. Go get you some of that, Tony.
All right. Well, that is our new segment called Why. Keep look out because we're definitely going to keep that one around. That was awesome. I think it's now time to get into our draft. Guys, I came up with to draft things that aren't real, that could be real. Did we have any other ideas? That
Okay, so when I got it, I thought it was more like what's something you want to be real. So you can find it in a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it could be in a movie. It could just not exist. It could be anything that's just not actually real.
A fruit punch water fountain.
Sure, if that's a thing, I guess we'll just have you go first.
No, that's not it.
Okay.
That's Mr. Deeds, and when I was young, I really thought that was cool.
Coach Seitz, you are a guest on the show. You're going to have the first pick. We get 4 picks, and then we'll go to your right. So go you, Adam, Tony, then me. All right?
So again, explain your question. There's one thing that isn't real that I would like to see.
Like
be
Clay
real.
could say, like a brown Super Bowl.
Yeah. Okay. Wow,
okay.
that was harsh.
Wow. Yeah.
I had some other examples I was going to use. Let me write that one down real quick. Just jot that one down real quick, assholes.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's not out there right now that I would love to see before I depart from this great earth is to see a state championship sign on State Route 104 with some type of unioto team.
All right.
Yeah, that's just me. You guys know I'm a unioto.
Unioto
guy.
Hey, you got 4
time.
picks. There's always a home pick.
And
There's a fun pick.
I've even said that, but out loud to some guys. I'm like, I would love to be coming home on a bus. Just one time. I'm 55, as you guys know now. You put it out there, but see a state, home of the state champion, Unity Sherman, whatever it may be, basketball, baseball, football,
just any sport,
something before I go in the dirt, please.
Okay, Adam.
I like it.
We're going to go to you next. What is one thing that is not real that you wish was real?
The song The Monster Mash.
Ah, you dick! I did not think anyone would steal.
Mash.
So explain this, because
So
not
the
everybody's
song
watched
The
that.
Monster Mash that we know is based off a song, or is based off a dance, The Monster Mash.
Oh.
And the song that they are dancing to in The Monster Mash is not the song that we know as The Monster Mash.
We are living
so
in the fourth
somebody
dimension.
would have to make a song called The Monster Mash, and it would be The Monster Mash, that the song The Monster Mash would be. It's a whole thing.
So the song The Monster Mash is a song about people dancing to a
Give me a
song
piece of
called
paper.
I'm not
The
doing
Monster
it. I don't want to
Mash.
get into this.
I've
already lost
Clay,
interest.
give me the pen. Give me
Yep,
the piece
we
of
got
paper.
to do
I can show you.
it. Ted did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's easy.
Here you go. Okay, so Adam, draw us. This is a real thing. It's from Ted. If you don't understand it after this, go watch it on Peacock. Very great show. # not a sponsor, but if you like the movies, you are going to like the show probably 10 times more because an hour-long episode for 7 episodes. So you get to watch Ted for 7 straight hours whenever he was in high school, whenever he first became to life with John, and they get to go to high school together and learn how to do certain things together in the 90s. Here we
All
are
right,
with the
Tony.
Monster Mash.
So we live in this outer ring right here, which is the song The Monster Mash, which is about the dance, The Monster Mash, which is dance to a song, Monster Mash, which is not the song The Monster Mash. So if we were able to get a song, Monster
Called,
Mash,
yes.
which is to this dance, we would go from this dimension
Into
to
that
this,
one.
the most inner circle, be first time all time.
Look it up. It's real.
It's on Ted.
It still hasn't happened.
I'm calling Neil
Thank you.
deGrasse Tyson.
Okay. So, Tony, you are up after, again, the song The Monster Mash, one that I thought I was going to steal with my last pick.
No. It was the first thing I thought of because I was like, oh, I got nothing for this. 'Cause I didn't quite understand what was
All right, Tony, you are up.
I like. I don't know. I heard the song. And I just think that having like Hotel California from the Eagles song, even though I know it's an insane asylum and different things
you
like
actually
that,
want the hotel?
I just kind of want to go vacation there.
Okay.
It sounds good.
At the
you
hotel.
You check in, you never really leave. You know what I mean? I'm kind of cool with that.
Gotcha.
And I heard the song, and I was like, man, I checked this place out. And I was like, well, maybe I want it to be real.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that.
I think mine, the first one, I felt like was the 101, so I get to at least take it. I'm going with a lightsaber. If that was real, that would be awesome. So I'm going to go with a lightsaber. Now, this next one, you could kind of come at me and say, it's already real. But, like, let me explain it, okay? Like, we have the VR, you know, where you put on the goggles and, like, you can kind of see. I want something where, like, I walk into a machine and then, like, I am in 2K. Like,
So,
you're
like,
passing
you
me
could
the
say,
ball and I'm
If
shooting
you've
it.
ever watched the movie Jason X, where they go into the game and they're physically playing the game,
That or like Shark Boy Lava Girl, or no,
That's
not
a
Shark Boy
dream.
Lava Girl. What's the
Ready Player One is another one that's like that.
It's Spy Kids. The
Oh,
last
yeah,
one.
Spy Kids
yeah,
3D.
the last. Yeah, the Spy Kids
Game
3D.
over.
They literally go into the game.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's full
Come on.
government. If you didn't know.
So, yeah, I'm just going to write down a Spy Kids game. We'll figure that out later. All right, so, Tony, we're going to go back to you. You drafted the Hotel California Hotel. What are you drafting with your second pick?
Slap me that time machine.
Oh, wow. How did I never
just
think
pick
of
the
that?
hot tub time machine.
I mean,
Cesspools.
Who wants to get wet? Who wants to just be wet wherever they're going?
Right?
Like you're just immediately wet. It's like
and
first thing
hot.
I need.
Don't forget that. You're sweating.
I need to change of clothes because it's winter time.
Wow.
All right. Adam, you're up. You drafted the song "The Monster Mash," which again, if you don't understand, go watch Ted. It makes sense.
It's a big thing. There's
Yeah.
a reason Clay was like, "You son." I'd have to say probably the ray gun.
I knew you were gonna go with that one. That's why I didn't even write it
Yeah,
down.
the ray gun.
Yeah, the ray gun.
Be pretty sweet.
Ray gun,
Pretty sweet.
and not the lighter one, the real
Oh,
one.
I got a good one.
All right, Tony, you got. Coach.
Yeah.
What-
You got 2 picks in a row.
Yeah, but I'm lost on this second part here, guys.
Okay.
What are we looking for here?
So you're doing like you ever watched a movie that something
No, it's
was
the same thing. You pick
Yeah.
the same thing 4 times.
Yeah, we're just drafting different things that
like
you
I want the time machine to be real. I think
Uh-huh.
that's cool. I was about to say my next one, but
Oh, you were.
I'm gonna.
what movies you like?
To be honest with you guys, I don't watch a lot of movies. I just don't.
I got one for you.
Yeah. Okay, hit me
The
with
Perfect Play.
it. Oh,
The perfect play.
The Perfect Play.
and this is
On
a
a
movie.
football
Elaborate.
field, you have
Okay.
it. You have the perfect play in your pocket. The play
Like
that
it
is
never-
going to be successful every single time. You're blocking
shock and
schemers.
nod.
The hook and ladder.
If you can execute,
Okay.
The hook and ladder.
He said, "I wish the hook and ladder
The
was."
hook and ladder.
This is
That's a
kind of
touchy
like.
subject. That's
You
a
ever
touchy
watched the movie Semi-Pro? With
I haven't
Jackie
seen that,
Moon.
no,
This is literally like
I
whenever
just
he
watched
goes
it
to the.
twice the other day.
Whenever he goes, I heard it. Whenever he goes to the coma or whatever, and his mom shows him the alley oop.
yeah.
Like he's pretty much like, I wish.
But that's
this-
what I want. The perfect
yeah.
play. Everybody
The
executes
perfect
the play.
play.
You
Perfect
will
play.
get that touchdown.
Huh,
You will get that
interesting.
first
Okay.
down.
The best
Okay.
part about that
Okay.
is Father
All right.
Cat calling it a
Thanks for the
foul.
help because I
All right.
just don't watch a lot of movies.
Now, if you come
It
up with
doesn't have to be
something,
movie stuff. It could be the perfect sandwich.
yeah, literally
could be-
anything in the world
the
that's
perfect
not
sandwich.
anything in
You
the
could be
world
like,
that's
I want
not
the perfect
real.
lasagna because the thing is, the lasagna is real, but the perfect lasagna is an omnipresent being.
So
It doesn't have.
this
Well,
is
the
kind of-
perfect sandwich, I'm telling you right now, is done at Paper City, guys. I'm just telling you right
What
now.
is
Oh, really?
It's I wish my wife was here because she orders for me every time.
Paper City.
Yeah, Paper City. Help
Coffee?
me.
Paper
No.
City coffee?
Oh no. It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
hell
It's
no.
a Thai wrap. It's got it's a
Ooh, a
perfect.
Thai chicken
It's
wrap.
a Thai chicken wrap, guys.
Okay.
It's delicious. It's the best sandwich down there.
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah, have you ever had it?
Oh no.
Delish.
I love Paper City, but I only go
yeah,
for coffee.
delicious.
Alrighty. So, Tony, you went with the perfect play. Adam, that brings it back to
No.
you.
No. He went with the perfect play.
Oh,
I was
you went with
helping him.
okay. So, Coach, you got the perfect
I just
play
went with the sandwich.
and
then
the
the
perfect
Yeah, it was
sandwich.
back-
Yeah,
picture.
it is the perfect
Imagine
sandwich.
just eating a nice sandwich after you executed the perfect play.
Oh.
To
All
put
right.
that unioto state championship banner
Oh,
right
it's
there.
you putting
it's
it
all
together.
one go. This
oh,
is a
so,
dream.
So if that happens, I see where we're celebrating
Yeah.
that Paper
Adam
City,
is
man.
actually to you now. Sorry, I got that out of order. Adam, you have Coach, you have a Unio State title. You have the perfect play, and you have the perfect sandwich. Adam, you have the song "The Monster Mash," Ray Gun, and
just trying to think here. I guess superpowers.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't have that on my list. What now? If you could pick, because obviously superpowers, as in like
no, just to be real, superpowers to be a thing.
But if you were to pick your own, which one would you pick?
Oh no,
again?
like I'm like it's not even that. It's like it doesn't matter if I get them. It's just
no. You mean the whole world has them?
Yeah, whole world has them. But which one would you have?
Whatever one. You don't get a pick, dude. They just give them random.
That would be cool if you're just born like, oh, what's that movie? Again, I don't think Tony remember. Sky High.
Yeah.
You remember that movie where it's like
X-Men, just like hell. If you've watched Gen V or The Boys, like it's just anytime you get, it's just a bunch of different. You don't get a pick.
Yeah. Okay. Tony, you were up. You have Hotel California, like the actual hotel, and a time machine.
I got to pick probably flying.
Hell yeah.
Pokemon.
Oh, that's a good one.
I thought of it, and I was like, that's so sick. It's like, because, again, I
hate that you said that.
I don't play
now and not the first time coming back to me.
You'll probably get the one that you want because I have a couple ones, even though
I think it'd be fun to be like,
it.
actually have like Pokemon. They had like little animals running around. You got to catch them. You get a little partner. It's like having a new dog.
I did
but
have
it's like
a
souped up. You don't have to fight them if you don't want to. I'm not fighting anymore.
Yeah, just let them
go.
Yeah, I'm just letting them chill.
Now here's
come at the crib.
Big
the one guy
question.
used to clean that Professor Oak's crib for free.
Are we doing 4 or 5?
4.
4? Oh.
I'm already getting yelled at.
Okay. I will go with my first one. Wait, okay, I'm going to go with this first one, but if it falls under your superpowers, let me know. I was going to pick teleportation. But not like you just be like, I want to go here. Like you have to get a machine. You get in the machine.
Yeah, that's completely different. That's not a power.
Cool. Okay,
that's technology, Clay.
I am good.
It's kind of like a time machine.
What is it? What the hell is it?
It's like how you have a time machine, it'd be a teleporter. So like
I would
teleporter.
Yeah, like I want to go to England. I want to get in this machine, and it takes me to the teleportation machine in England.
Let's be real. He'd be like, I want to go to my mom's down the street.
Yeah, gotta go to work.
Let me go from upstairs to downstairs.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Wow.
Man, I have 2 here that I really don't know which one I'd rather have. You know what?
I don't know how Brady held these things.
I'm gonna stay on brand. I'll tell you what my other one was. If nobody picks it, I'm going with healthy junk food.
Ooh,
so like if I could just
that's sick.
Like if I ate junk food and it did the effect of me eating like fruit and vegetables and stuff like that.
Your wishes are about to come true because there are like I had protein Buckeyes the other day at work. It was just like minimal. Yeah, it's a thing, but I'm talking like the Pop-Tarts that are
like I'm drinking a pop and it's doing to me what it would be if I was drinking a water.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. Yeah,
that does not exist.
No, never will. All right, Tony, you got your last pick. What is it going to be?
The perfect fishing bait. Like I want the one that like catches any fish I want. I put that in
never
the water.
Lose it, never gets stuck.
No, it's just
nothing.
like it's a lure you put in there, and it's just a
fish
wrap for whatever you
biggest
want.
Fish every cast.
I'm like reeling it in. There's like 6 catfish attached to the same damn thing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't use it all the time. You need to have fun with the other stuff. But if somebody starts
but
talking
you need
smack at the old pay lake,
let
me tell you, bud.
Yeah.
I just pulled it in 50
Let's leave this pay lake. Let's go anywhere else.
All right, Adam, you got the song, The Monster Mash, ray gun, superpowers, and
honestly, I'm gonna go with holographic technology, so that way you can play Yu-Gi-Oh like you were in the TV show. So my inner child could actively be satisfied.
Hell yeah, Coach! You got 1 pick.
Yeah, I knew he was coming back to me.
I was,
and I got the state championship.
You got the state championship. You have the perfect play. You have the perfect sandwich.
Well, and if my wife's still listening out there, I like to drink pop, so I want the perfect pop that I can leave set out. It doesn't lose the fizz.
Yeah,
that
is underrated pick right there.
Yeah, I got to have the pop that keeps that taste.
Alrighty, so that's gonna do it for our draft. Now we have one more thing.
Like a no hangover beer.
Yeah. Oh, damn. We gotta do this again. We got to do this again.
I want to give up the ray gun.
Tony, you ready to do these top 10 plays of the week?
Yes, sir.
All righty, Andy, roll these top 10 plays. It was an absolute crazy week in sports. Again, hosted by Creekside Occasion. Coming at number 10, Tony.
Coming at number 10 is Detweiler to cut right. Literally, what I love first, you see the quarterback here. He hits the L1 button before he even makes the pass. He comes out here, gives him the skeet. Come back in. Nice dimer. Big man gets up. Nice catch. TD.
And that was a great play. And Union wouldn't win the Super Bowl, but had some great plays there. Coming in at number 9, we're going to another Super Bowl. The Frankfurt Falcons quarterback gets on the outside. The Chillicothe defenders try and bring him down. He cuts it across field, makes a miss. No flags are going to be thrown or pulled on this one. Frankfurt Falcons get the touchdown, losing a heartbreaker, though, to the Cavaliers.
At number 8, we got Isaiah Reveal, I think his name is. The pass here, guys, the pass is good. Here we see it. But, oh, my God, the closest thing I've seen to Marshawn Lynch in years. Scoop, this guy's down, makes him trip over his dang self, come around, hits the R1 button, and still breaks to the outside to get the full play completed. I have not seen that many defenders hit the field.
And that's in the Super Bowl of all things for the entire state. Coming in here at number 7, we're going back to that Chillicothe Frankfurt Falcons game, except the Cavaliers quarterback said, hey, you know what? Anything you can do, I can do better here, man, because I'm going to, give you a little juke. Oh, come back up the middle. Cannot touch my flag. Stiff arm. Get into the end zone. Touchdown Cavaliers, 4-time Super Bowl champions.
At number 6, we might as well name this countdown the Zane Williams Plays of the Week because every time, shot out of an absolute cannon. You can't see him for a second, busts out the backside, makes another man miss. This is the reason they are where they're at.
And then right after that, we're going to stay right here at this game at number 5 because you've heard it all year, ladies and gentlemen. That bad man, Sean Terry. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch, comes out with it, lets him know with the hard pose.
Number 4, we got Miles Montgomery coming in here off the free kick. Now, the thing with Miles Montgomery, he knows about tricks, hat tricks. Yes. He just had one this week, but another beautiful goal we see by him here.
And again, Minford.
Oh, look at that hike jump.
Goes to the state finals. Coming in at number 3, we're going to stay with Minford, but we're going to the girls. As Maggie Risner, look at this. Boom! Puts it from far out for the free kick. Again, Minford, though, we're going to lose the game 4-1.
And number 2, we got Ison Emmett. As we see here, we see him come out. You might not be seeing him at the top of the screen, but good Lord Almighty, watch him. This is like a ballerina coming down the side low. Tiptoes. No, wait. Play's not over. The cameraman doesn't even keep up with it. He's already down near the end zone, bud. He said, cameraman, keep up, man.
And coming in at number 1, the play of the week, the play of the year, the play of the century. We're going out to Eastern as Eric Manley throws it up, and Wyatt Richardson, Odell Beckham Jr. comes down 2 feet inbounds. That's an NFL catch. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have to send that into Sports Center because that was freaking nasty.
The nastiest.
Best catch I've ever seen.
Play of the year.
In my entire person.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for coming in to the Ride the Wave show. We have some big things coming up, so make sure that you're sticking around on our socials. Next week, the new Thundering Herd Cole Miller coming on the show. And don't forget our amazing in-studio guest. Might not have to be the last time that you heard Coach Sykes coming on, bringing the energy. And thank you to all of our viewers sticking around, watching us, and having a good time. Make sure that, again, you like and subscribe. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Rosso rolls with key to a good Philly cheese.
I'm going to use my high horse.
It's not hard to cook chopped steak, people. It's hard to get good bread.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sandman has entered. The Tigers are ready to be 10.
He goes, what do we do if they get to 10,000? I'm like, well, that has to be something big.